All right, good evening. Thanks for your patience. I'm here. So let's take a look at what Andrew No Money says. Nice tie, by the way. Let's see how he frames this, and maybe we can do some fact checking along. I haven't watched this. I have not watched this. Oh, by the way, Manny's first. So, FYI. We're going to start taking bets on that, I think. Okay. Hopefully we have a smooth connection and technology experience this evening. Anyway, without further ado, here we go.
Double-digit stock rips while the markets are reeling right now. We have to talk about why exactly am I wearing the bow tie, why it's someone's special birthday in a coming week, and we have to talk about double-digit and quintuple-digit stock rip in the very near past. How exactly are AMTD, which has now jumped from 32,000% starting
and it has to be a stock or a company that starts with AM, you know, Alpha Mike. That's just the icing on the cake. That we'll get to that, but I just think that's funny.
starting as IPO at $7
TD
share went up to 2,500. How is it similar to where AMC is going to be? We're going to take a look at the AMC ortex. We're going to take a look at the AMTD ortex and see the similarities between them. This video is going to be very apples to apples, understanding exactly how are they comparable and how are they not comparable. Because as you probably have seen, that stock rip has been and done. We had crossed through multiple Bollingers of overbought, and then we crossed from 2,500 down to 1,600 HKD. So something that I have to explain to you guys is that the markets are ever evolving, which is why if you guys want to evolve with us, if you want to start your financial journey, you probably want to slap that like button right now and get more retail investors into this video, as well as start investing in yourself by pressing that subscribe button. We have some giveaways that we cannot wait to share with you. AMTD first has soared as much as 32,000% since its mid-July initial public offering on no apparent news. The Hong Kong tech firm trades on the New York Stock Exchange,
which suggests the rally is being driven by the low float nature of its outstanding shares and overwhelming demand for the stock. Andrew, skipping phrases, halves of sentences. Come on now. You're supposed to be a scientist.
Its IPO at about $7.80 a share, which helped it raise $125 million in proceeds. On Tuesday, the stock hit a high of $2,500 on volume of just over 250,000 shares, briefly valuing the company at more than $385
That should be the first clue right there.
billion. In a statement on Monday, AMTD Digital thanked its investors for successful completion of its IPO, which closed more than 2 weeks ago. The company added that the trading of its American depository shares was still undergoing our initial stabilization, whereby the underwriters have been granted a green shoe option. That means that the underwriters of AMTD Digital IPO can exercise about an option to purchase 2.5 million shares for $7.80. That's about $18 million. The underwriters can then book an immediate gain by selling the shares in the open market, assuming its stock price doesn't drop the 99% it needs from current levels between now and August 15th at Tuesday's.
Yeah, and that there's a counterparty that's willing to pay that for it. Right.
High, that green shoe option was worth more than $6 billion. Okay, let's take a look at exactly where we saw that buy signal. The very strong one.
Who the hell are these underwriters anyway? Who are they? Which bank is it? Is it Goldman? Is it Morgan Stanley? Which cocksucker is it?
Let's take a look at exactly where we saw that buy signal. The very strong one from Lux Algorithm on the 5
Antoinette, hi. It's so nice to see you. Welcome. How was your day? You tell us what did you trade HKD today? What happened? Give us a full report. And if you want to, you could even come on the stream and tell us.
If you were paying attention to that, you probably would have been able to get in right at that $393 range. That was in the beginning of the trading day yesterday. So Lux Algo giving you an opportunity to jump in on the trades that really matter. We also had that strong
I'm glad to hear it was great. I was so busy at work today that it was like 9:30 came and went, and I wasn't even watching the market. I could not. I had important things going on, so it kind of sucked. But whatever. Sometimes it's good to have those days. Uh, forced non FOMO or something. But then I was checking it out and didn't really see the H stock until later on, but we're gonna get to that.
At Lux Algo buy signal from AMC as well, and that was at that $14.40 range yesterday.
What can we learn though?
$17 range, pushing the $20 range now. So if you guys want to get 20% off and use Lux Algo yourself, it's in the description. It helps me.
Damn it.
It helps people who are experienced AMC as listeners. Could be you. So let's take a look at that option. AMC, as we don't have an options chain on AMTD, so we can't do apples to apples there, but we will be comparing Ortex in a second. AMC is having a $13 strike party. We're looking at $2 million worth of calls at $13 strike. These are in the money already, so already hedged on the farm.
How about that? $13 million. Is that what he said? No. What did he say?
AMC is having a $13 strike party. We're looking at $2 million.
$2 million. $2 million. Who cares? But nice gimmick. Use a large number. Been doing that for a while.
Strike. These are in the money already. So already hedged on the far right side, $20. We have about $200,000 worth of calls. If you guys have been paying attention, we're also seeing those in the money puts. People putting $219,000 puts on the far right side. Okay.
$219,000 puts. I didn't know the strikes went up that high. Those are in the money.
We've covered a lot of these suspicious options in the past, so make sure to keep following them because we will be reporting on them. So let's take a look at the Ortex.
Hi, Chris.
You probably come to this video and think, hey, how can AMC and AMTD be similar? How can they have the same types of financials moving into?
Can't wait to see how this is going to work out.
AMTD just started trading. And we saw here, actually, this is the right AMTD. Different AMTD.
How he's going to spin this.
I have to find the one on this market here.
So far, I am underwhelmed.
Idea group. So it's very easy to be able to find out which of the ones that you guys actually should be. Search AMTD on Lux Algo, or this is TradingView, helps you. It's for free.
Wait.
And then you'll be able to find out which one you should be looking at. AMTD Digital, not the Idea Group. So let's try HKD. HKD.
That would have been a good place to edit.
There it is. AMTD Digital. Aha. And that's a quick
And I have to say, I was considering yesterday in the extended trading session, like 6, 7 o'clock, I was really close to buying one share of HKD. But it just didn't seem right. So I didn't do it. It's okay. It's all right.
A little fact check in real time here. First thing I'll make you guys pay attention to is FTDs. Now, the little animation that'll pop up here, I'll toggle it again. It goes away and it comes back. FTDs that are aggregating here on the just the near.
Oh, there is some fantastic FUD. Or just nonsense, misinformation about FTDs going around right now, too. We'll look at that. It's all over Reddit. I think it's a Frank Nez article.
Monthly period is the most we've seen since last June and July. And that is when AMC pushed all the way up to $77. AMTD, let's take a look at where the FTDs are. Not a lot of information about shorts. We have no estimated short interest value from Ortex. It would be difficult to be able to scrape that information. Ortex estimated short interest less than a few percentage points there. So where is that squeeze coming from? How exactly did that valuation occur? Well, we know that just based on the company itself, from what analysis they could do, they could not find anything that was even remotely similar to a short squeeze.
This is a Chinese company saying this? Hong Kong company? Okay.
Or gamma
something
squeeze.
to keep in
mind.
No
options data. There's basically basically no short information. So now we have to go and scrape the internet ourselves. So if you guys want us to try and build one of these ourselves, right? We can use a little bit of data science, use a little bit of computational analysis, and try to find it ourselves. Do comment down below. Make sure that you guys have already gone to this video, and make sure that you guys have already paid attention to a playlist of how AMC
Quit
and GM
advertising all your bullshit. Here's the Ortex. I think it's the same one. This is what Manny sent in Telegram. I guess this is from yesterday. It's a little bit lower, but essentially the same, right? It's 0.12% here. It's 0.16% here. Cost to borrow is, higher. Yada, yada, yada. But it's essentially the same. So, yeah. He didn't mention anything. He said he was going to look at failed to delivers, but he didn't say anything about it. So I'm assuming that the data isn't there because it hasn't been trading long enough to have been reported yet. So that's nothing. Now, I'm not sure. I'll admit, we were trying to figure this out in chat earlier, but this estimated short interest of free float, is that of the entire flow, which is like 140 million, or is it the 16 million ADRs that are trading in the United States? Not sure. It's only 25,000 shares on loan. So this is not does not appear to be heavily shorted. Yeah, the graph goes way down, but it goes down from 0.17% to 0.12%. So, yeah. So, but he's intent on calling it a squeeze, I guess. So let's just keep going, I guess.
Are developing. And now to the bow tie. Why am I wearing a bow tie? Well, it's Professor Meatball's birthday in
God.
6 days. It's August 8th.
Could you actually
so if that's
address the topic?
His birthday cake going up.
It looks like he's really excited too. He's like, oh God, he's talking about this crap again.
October.
I'm going to bed.
Just in 2 months from his birthday. And
Jesus.
that is a person that works in the arts, works in film, works in theater, any kind, music or otherwise, and you're a producer, you're an actor, you're a director, do reach out at andrewmobusiness@gmail.com and follow for getting an opportunity to be able to see the 6-figure portfolio. And the fact of the matter is, you guys will always have access to the discounts down below.
Is that another Chinese stock? MEGL. What is that? I don't even know. Never even heard of this one. Chinese broker to trade a Chinese stock. TDA and Vanguard, no pre-order option. Pre-order option. Scott anti-grift channel full of ADR IPOs. IPO. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Pre-orders. You're talking about IPO. Doesn't Robinhood do that too? By the way, Trey came out. Trey is just so ridiculous. He came out with a video slamming Robinhood today. Like, he feels guilty, clearly, about himself being rich and everybody else being bag holders. So he feels the need to overcompensate. And he's going after Robinhood because, the apes hate Robinhood because Robinhood is the reason that they're not rich. It's nonsense. We might look at that too. Okay. Jesus Christ. Say anything. He said nothing here.
Algo, the in yourself. So, again.
So I guess how it is similar to AMC is that there is no reason, there's really no clear reason why this happened that is discernible with the data that retail investors have. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. And as far as I know, it can be shorted. Ortex is showing data, showing 25,000 shares on loan. This was yesterday's data, but it is showing it. It might depend on how the ADR is set up. There are different types, and I was reading about it earlier, but it's not. I don't think it's really relevant to look at. But you can look it up on Investopedia. It has a pretty good article. But essentially, like a bank, an underwriter buys the shares in the foreign market, holds them, and then issues, air quotes, issues these ADRs that get traded on the U.S. market. And there is arbitrage, so it does try to mirror the home exchange price. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Do you think AMC could squeeze? Let's look at it this way. Last year, and I don't want to get into the argument of whether it was a squeeze or not. I mean, I think AMC has squozen. Hate that word. Twice, at least twice. But January and June of last year. So for the sake of argument, let's just say that those were squeezes, right? What was common between those two periods of time and is not present today, right? So number one in my head is trading volume. So there was a massive amount of volume last year. And, you know, there's obvious reasons why and why that's different today, right? But the reality is that if you want a short squeeze, there has to be something. And I'm not talking about, we're going to look at Al's stupid fucking video too. The squeeze will be, Moass will be 100% based on fundamentals. Okay. Anyway, now, there has to be something. And there's not many options here that causes short positions to become unprofitable and shorts to cover be forced to cover. And, you know, I'm not even certain that they would at that time. But because I would think that they, I'll use the word they, would know that this would probably not be, given everything. The apes kind of blew their load last year. You know, nobody has money. The economy's worse, blah, 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 blah. It's probably not going to be as intense. So just write it out. Might go unprofitable for a time. But anyway, what is that catalyst? What's the catalyst? Like AMC, I think the volume was 41 million today, right? You need 10 times that. You need literally 10 times that. And that's still only half of what caused AMC to go from 2 to 20. And it's, you know, 2/3 of what drove it up, or, you know, the trading volume that was present when it drove up last June. So could it squeeze? I get back to the question. Could it? Anything's possible. Like we just see that. We see that anything's possible. Is it likely? Given the current situation, I think it's highly unlikely. But, you know, that's just my opinion based on the data, not based on hype and anything, and not based on confirmation bias. And yes, I have I hold one AMC share, for the purpose of lending. So it's lent out. So I FOMO bought so I could FOMO lend. It's Manny's doing, but he already sold his AMC, so he's already out. But anyway, let's see, catch up on this chat here. Look at this guy's description on this video. If it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. That's how I feel about MEGL right now. So funny thing about that quote, the guy who said that is a guy by the name of Joseph or Thomas, honestly, Granville, Mr. Granville, and I think it's Joseph, right? He said, if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. Now, who is he? You know, why should anybody care? He's the guy who invented on-balance volume. So he created the on-balance volume indicator that I'm over the moon, no pun intended, with this connection, because the apes, a lot of the AMC apes, completely misinterpret on-balance volume to be this obvious indicator. Oh, look. Turns out the guy who created that indicator also said basically that the apes are ignorant, essentially. Now that's highly reinterpreted, right? But anyway, but I like that quote a lot. And I, I'm a contrarian. I tend to look at the contrarian side of things, so if everybody's on one side of a trade, if everybody's buying puts, I mean, you see that in the market, like the last few days, the last couple of weeks, last bit, since the beginning of the third quarter, everybody's buying puts because the mainstream media is saying, recession, inflation, yada, yada, yada. The market's, it's been rallying. And, but if you look at the put call ratio, there's more puts. Anyway, so I like that quote a lot. Let's see. MEGL is an Asian underwriting company. It's like they already know all the tricks. And what if they find a way to dump it on retail before running it? I mean, valid point, valid concern. So, and this is not racist or, anything, or, xenophobic, but I tend to stay away from Chinese stocks, Asian stocks. I just, I don't know what's the IPO price anyway. I'm not even sure, but because I haven't heard of it. But I stay away from those, and I stay away from penny stocks. So this may be both of those things for all I know. Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you here. $4. No, $4. Right. So don't invest more than you're willing to lose. How is there any better advice that can really be given? I mean, I would say like that's the best advice that anybody ever gave me. Thanks, Chris. I'm gonna use this advice. No, I'm just kidding. Best advice, because, and I really try to take that to heart. And honestly, kind of in my head, I assume I'm going to lose it all, so if I do, it's kind of what I expected to happen. If I don't, and I actually make money, then, that's great. But yeah, it's a good way. It's a great, portfolio management trick, right? Let's see here. Let me jump back. If so much retail is jumping in the IPO, the pre-IPO, if the stock opens flat, everyone is going to be panic selling if it opens $1 lower. Let's see. I can't laugh, drive, and chat simultaneously. Hopefully you're not driving a stick shift. That would just be insane. $4 or $5. Meg is hotter than Amy. Meg is hotter than Amy. Interesting. Okay. Well, if Amy is anything like that, Antoinette, anything like that one that Teddy had on his thumbnail, if that's Amy, I would like to see Meg. Yes. Okay. HKD will bloom to 4K or dump to $50 by end of tomorrow. That's you know, I'd say that there's probably a pretty high probability that one of those things could happen. By the end of tomorrow, though, I don't know. Who knows? I don't think anybody. So, who predicted this? Who said it was going to go to 2,300 or whatever the hell it was today? Did anybody say that? And did they show it with any data evidence? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of assuming that they didn't, but yeah, possibly both, Manny. I'm kind of assuming that besides, like super bullish whatevers, that there really wasn't a way to know. Even the company claims not to know why. So who knows? T-Bone is still up on AMC, 1283 average. That's good. So it's not even an average. It's one. It's one share. So it's just cost. I think I got you beat here. Let me see. Yeah, 1165. 1165. So I bought it with the intention of lending it, which I did, and then it's up $5.25. So double profit. Well, I mean, it's not that much, but big problem with ordering pre-IPOs on Webull is you don't know how much allocation you will receive. John Appleseed says that August 15th, the initial investors are allowed to buy an equal investment for new stocks opening at 780. Oh, that's the green shoe whatever. I don't know. I can't say that I've heard that phrase, green shoe clause or whatever the hell it is. Maybe it's a thing. I don't know. But it's not an equal investment. It's only 2 million shares. I thought it was 2 million shares. That's what we read in the press release. With iLag, what a name, iLag. 3% allocation and opened 340% above the pre-IPO price. With PV, I got 92% allocation and it opened down $1. Doesn't that just figure? Manny's prediction is that the SEC will halt trading on one of these IPOs for months to teach retail and pumpers a lesson. We'd probably be on board with that. No offense, guys, but we seem to be in some kind of peak pump and dump right now. It's really, really odd. The market turns, the bearish sentiment kind of fades a little bit, and we're right into this like peak pump and dump. It's like a binary thing. It's either, not or extreme pump and dump. I don't know. Getty Images, yeah, Gety is supposed to be shorted heavily already, has boomed. I mean, I saw that. I did see that on a list of some kind, like either heavily shorted or popular stocks or whatever. And you can chase that stuff, but I mean, nobody is going to hit all of them. statistically speaking, people will lose money. People have lost money. People are going to lose money. So, what do I have against a pump and dump? What do I have against it? I mean, I don't have anything against it. Um, but you know, it's it depends on who's pumping and dumping it, honestly. So, are we talking? I mean, we don't know that. We don't know who was behind. And I've tried. I mean, I've tried to look into it, but there's just not any data that you can get. But I think about I saw a couple different figures. Why don't I just go over here to this, and we can look at it in Fidelity. So I have to get. Let's see here. If I go to news, yeah, the new Silk Road. But I mean, just generally, like, and it's gonna sound snobby, but it's unsophisticated trading. It's noise. Um, you know, so it's annoying for that reason, if nothing else. Let's see. So this is Hindenburg Research, and they tweeted that the company is 88% owned by AMTD. So that's like another holding it's holding companies, shell companies. Uh, and then I guess they have written about them before. So that's a high concentration of ownership. So I wonder who pumped it. Wall Street is the world's biggest casino, winners and losers. Not really a casino though. Like it's not really a casino. People treat it like that. But I don't think it's a casino. China is pissed at Pelosi over Taiwan and is hustling the U.S. stock buyers with a pump to take our money and then crash it. That's pretty conspiratorial. But isn't this Hong Kong? For Amy, it was BDRs. That's right. Brazilian depositary receipts. That's right. That's good memory. And, we debunked that when it came out. And I remember Tony DeNaro was here in the chat on that particular live stream. And it was one of the first times he actually agreed with us. Okay, Len, we'll see you when you get back. So, yeah, let's move on to so I mean this is kind of just a brain dead little video here, but Antoinette says bring on the pump and dumps. Families need this money to survive. Wall Street are crooks. They can't print more money. Yeah, I agree with most of that, but it's just risky. Like everybody's happy right now. Everybody made money. Yes. I'm just, Chris could probably address this more, uh, you know, maturely, and in a more erudite manner than I could. But these momentum plays, it's just risky. And I think there's a bit of what is the cognitive bias called? I forget the name of the cognitive bias. That's kind of funny. Where you hear about what we hear about is that we hear about the people who made money, right? They're the ones who are parading it around, and that's great. That's awesome. I obviously that's the goal is to make money. But when you hear only about that, nobody's making videos really about and Teddy Zane did, but he was joking like, "Oh, you told me not to play Redbox or whatever the hell it was that week," and he actually made a bunch of money on it. But so I think that kind of is similar with AMC. The repetition of this bullish narrative, has created a distorted view of reality. I think it's similar for these pump and dumps. Now, I'm not saying that if you aren't careful or know what you're doing, or just have a good market sense or whatever, that you can make money. Obviously, you can, but not always, not every time. With these momentum plays, so I just, it's just not for me. I'm just not really into it. I think it's, it's perhaps it indicates something about the market, about this economy, about this market, about this now. I don't know. But there's always speculation. It's not certainly not more than last year. That's for sure. But it's just funny because there are so many people who are, and here's the thing too. There are different ways of participating in the market. So I'm not saying that playing pump and dump momentum plays or short squeeze plays or whatever type of momentum play it is, volatility plays, is wrong. Shit, I mainly trade stock index, index options. I really don't trade individual stocks that much at all. And I do trade short term, but, on the SPY or the NASDAQ. So that's my style. That's what I like. That's what I, have concentrated on. But you have people that are also like long-term buy and hold index fund, Boglehead type investors that, the John Bogle. Yeah, but Antoinette, I'm going to push back on this. People that are hurting, okay? People that are hurting are not trading speculative stocks to make money. I don't think they are. I think, we're all, I'm assuming, okay? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we are all basically, middle class people, employed, income coming in. We don't need this money to pay the rent, to buy food, really. I don't think so. So, it takes money to make money. I don't think that it's, survival. I don't know. Maybe, perhaps, probably, at least some. But, if you're not playing both sides of this thing, I don't think that you're surviving. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't know how many people, and they might be playing it, but are they making money? Most day traders, and short-term trading doesn't make money. So that's not to say that you can't do it and that some don't, that some do. But I don't know. I have a hard time with that one. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But did that person, how much, what is their, is that like, was their bank account empty, before that? Or is this like, yeah, I risked a decent amount of money, and I made a lot of money. So, yeah, let's see. And also, okay, I've been watching this AMC thing for, over a year, looking at reading comments, looking at watching these grifters videos and whatnot, and seeing the it's like a train wreck. It's like a train collision happening in slow motion that you can see it. You can see it happening, but you can't do anything about it. Based on what people are saying, have been saying, like this, if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong, that quote, that kind of thinking. So many people are just, even last year or even now, like, which I don't know which one's crazier, but they're both crazy, are just 100% convinced that they know how this is going to play out. These people also have little experience in the market. You cannot predict it really, and there's no guarantees. So maybe that is also coloring my view of these subsequent pump and dumps, because I've seen and I see, and and that bothers me, not because people are going to lose money. Like, don't get me wrong, I lose money too. Everybody does, and some people lose a lot of money, and it sucks. My beef has always been with these influencers who are filling people's heads with all of this nonsense. And I would put these pump and dumps in that basket of nonsense. Personally, I don't think it's a good habit to get into. You make some money. You think that you end up like somebody like Astro, God for fucking bid, or any of these other guys who got lucky last year. Trey, thinks he's a market oracle, thinks he, is a savior of the market, thinks he has something to offer. It doesn't, it doesn't really work like that. Like, I'm not saying it can't or it doesn't for some people, but anyway, it's just my take on it. What am I invested in? Like I said, I trade index options mostly, and some other, random single stocks. But it's not about what I'm invested in. That's irrelevant to me. I mean, for what we're talking about here, because it's not any of these pump and dump plays. But anyway, and it's not AMC, although it's not true. I am invested in AMC. Hong Kong IPOs could not be good for AMC. Apes bag holding while other stocks skyrocket. That's another thing, and that's an interesting kind of point, because yeah, I'm definitely a risk taker. I definitely am a risk taker. I have a pretty high tolerance for risk. But again, what I do, and what somebody who's been in the market for less than a year, and I'm not saying that that's you, but we know that there are lots of first timers in AMC. What they should do, and not having learned any basics, going around, saying they're doing this, they are doing that, they control the price, da 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 da. That signals that you don't know really what you're doing, what you're talking about. So that, in that environment, I think one of the worst things that somebody can do is like sell all these get rich quick stocks. That's the point. The ultimate risk is pump and dump. Yeah, which is kind of why it's stupid, right? Like, anyway, whatever. I'm not here to argue about fucking pump and dumps. Play your fucking pump and dumps. Play them. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, well, that's not saying much. You have a better chance with pump and dumps than buying a lottery ticket. Yeah, sure. But you know, even if it actually pumps, and I said this about the AMC squeeze too, if there actually were to be another squeeze, which for the record, you know, we don't think, but even if, there would still be people who would lose money. There would still be people who would lose money. So it does take some skill. It does take some awareness. It does take some level of attention. That's all I'm saying. AMC was a pump and dump. Sure, it was. It still is. I mean, at least, you know, on a much smaller scale. So, see, can I play the pump and dumps if I only play with what I'm willing to lose? Yes, I give you permission to do that, Chris. AMC to 21 by Friday. Haven't heard that before. Okay. All right, Frank. So, you know, let me just sum up what we were talking about. Antoinette has to leave for her movers, although I think she's probably anyway, whatever. Good luck with the movers. But I'm not a fan really of the pump and dump thing. I have my reasons. I think it's connected to, you know, my experience with the AMC grifters and the nonsense that they filled people's heads with. The last thing that a bunch of apes, first-time investors, apes, should be doing, in my opinion, this is my opinion, someone who has more experience than that, is getting into risky momentum plays. It's been demonstrated that the discernment probably could be worked on, you know, and it's kind of like making the same mistakes again. That's my opinion, okay? I don't care what anybody does, and I really, you know, it doesn't matter to me. But you know, I just want to be clear about that. Like, coming from where I'm coming from, that's my take on it. Play the pump and dumps, have fun, make money. You're gonna lose money too. But anyway, so and let me say this too. I did play. What was that one that I played? Shit, what was it? I forget now. TBLT. You guys were talking about it. On a whim, I bought, you know, $600 worth of it or something, you know, and I did make a little bit of money. So there you go. You know, I'm a hypocrite. There's always a possibility that AMC could go past the $70 again. You know, I don't know, but there is always I mean, you're right about that. There's always a possibility. There is always a possibility. But I mean, look, the volume was 10 times what it is now last year when it hit that price. Who do you expect to do all this buying? Shorts must cover, right? Yeah. And they're not going to cover when you want them to. When the volume is this low, when there is this little demand for this stock, hell, the only rallies, and I've been saying this basically all year since the beginning of this year, the only rallies in this stock are short covering rallies, which is the ultimate irony. Like, that's all it is. Anyway, I doubt it. AMC shorted to 99 cents. at January 2023. That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, possibly only because the apes aren't buying the stock. So, short selling really only short selling without buying pressure is what gives you the downward pressure. And there is no buying pressure except for short covering. So maybe Antoinette doesn't believe so. Unless the kids who made millions on H stock buy AMC with it, they're fools if they do. There's no way they will. I don't see that. I mean, shit. Trey made $1 million, probably more. That's what he said he made. He probably made more. Trading AMC options last year, and he made sure to tell us when he was going to buy $100,000 worth of AMC. Probably never did it, but we would hear about it if they did. That's my point. Okay. All right, last comment, and then we're going to watch Muhammad. Manny says the issue with naive investors is that they wait for someone to tell them when to sell during the pump and dumps. Everyone pumps, but nobody will say when it's time to get out. Okay, that's a good point. And another quote, kind of from the same vein as if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong, is when it's time to buy, you won't want to buy. And when it's time to sell, you won't want to sell. And pretty true, right? Like when it's really cooking, like at $72, the last thing you want to do is sell because, oh yeah, we got all this bullish momentum and it's going to keep skyrocketing and everybody's telling you that. But that was when you should have sold, right? But nobody wanted to. They didn't. So anyway, good point.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Frank. Man, I wasn't going to even do no video today. But I'm looking at this HKD stock, and I'm like, man, this stock, man, is off the chain. But look, man, these people then create a new phenomenon.
Huh?
Where they taking these Chinese IPOs, these garbage stocks, man, just based on momentum, is pump and dump. Man, I looked at HKD around by July the 27th, the stock was like $70. Man, these guys then pushed this stock all the way up to $1,800.
Who? Who are these guys? That's what I want to know. I think it's just the phantom, like, third party, they. Because at least according to Hindenburg, 88% of the company is owned by, the AM whatever, not AMC, AMT whatever, AMTD holding company. So maybe they did it. But he's talking like spiritorial they, which maybe it's true, but who are they?
So this stock, they had a squeeze. This stock right here, this garbage stock, went to $1,800. But now you got people, man, in the AMC community. That's what I'm saying. You got people in the AMC community. They want you to believe that AMC, man, it's difficult for it to go, it's like AMC gonna go to like $200, $300. I mean, so you want us to believe that, okay, you get
I love this attitude. Like $200 or $300 would be it would be so fucking bad. Like you would literally go home and cry, into your pillow. Oh my God, AMC, I had to sell it for $200 and I bought it for $13 or what, $11 or whatever. I mean, that's bullshit. I'm not even do we even need to talk about the comparison itself? Like, oh, this stock did this, so this stock can do that too. Well, yeah, physically, it's possible. Not physically. Technically, it's possible. Mechanically, it's possible. Nobody said it wasn't. Is it likely? Is there a high probability of it happening? Maybe people would have said that about HKD. It's a low probability of that happening. But okay, go back to the ownership. The ownership issue. Who owns it? Who owns AMC? So there's a lot of things that are completely not relatable whatsoever here. But let's just keep going, I guess.
5 to 8 million people, man, that invested in AMC in what, a year and a half. You got billions of synthetic shares.
Well, let me stop you right there, partner. As far as I'm concerned, you don't have billions of synthetic shares. You have people on, you have random people, not financial advisors, on the internet telling people, saying that there are billions of synthetic shares. There isn't one credible source of evidence at all. Anytime any evidence is proffered, it's easily debunked. And I always jump on it right away because, you know, every time I actually see this stuff, I'm like, oh shit, maybe this is actually the proof. Maybe this actually proves it. And you know what? It never fucking does. It's always some bullshit. Like Jay Douglas and his cumulative delta volume indicator. So anything that you can get, you know, to show a line that goes up and stays up, or a line that goes down when the other one goes up, there's a few different patterns at work. You can sell that. You can grift with that. That's all this is. But there's no credible evidence. There really, I mean, what are synthetic shares anyway? What does it even mean? Talking about long positions that get sold, that get quote unquote created. No, they don't get created from borrowed shares, because that's not synthetic shares. Talking about the devil printing, which there are no physical shares, so they wouldn't print it anyway. It's like saying printing the government money printing press. It's, you know, you're like 30 years, 40 years out of date with that terminology. But anyway, just naked shorting. Well, then why at the same time that that's happening are these AMC influencers hyping up the cost to borrow? And what influences the cost to borrow? Supply and demand for share lending. So if supply and demand is dictating higher share lending prices, that indicates that more people are trying to borrow it. At the same time, you have these other assholes who are just not borrowing it. They're just not borrowing it. You know, they're just selling it. Not even mentioning the fact that the broker, or the prime broker, actually does the borrowing, does the locate. But, you know, maybe you slipped them, you know, some money under the table or something and say, hey, don't borrow, you know, you don't have to worry about borrowing those. Just sell them. Just sell them. Dump it. Again, it's possible, right? Anything is fucking possible. But is there evidence? Does the evidence suggest a high probability of that happening, or that being the case? No, there's no evidence. So, no, there's nothing that points to that, except a bunch of new investors. And I use that term liberally, investor, a bunch of first-time market participants who think that it should be one way, and it's actually another way. Like, the way that they think it should be is that AMC price should be higher. Okay. But it's not. So it must be illegal activity. It must be crime. It must be fuckery. Not, anything else. So, all right. When I saw this comment, I thought I kind of saw Frankie brought the garbage truck. No, Frankie bought the wrong garbage stock. Conspiracy theorists are saying that Citadel raised billions because they are linked to HKD. Of course they're saying that. And in every good conspiracy theory, there has to be a boogeyman. There has to be somebody behind the curtain pulling the strings. There has to be an evil figure. There has to be a devil. I mean, it's like this is straight out of a textbook. Straight out of a textbook. Everything is controlled by Ken Griffin. Yes. Did I lose money on AMC? No, I didn't. This is like, I resent the implication, okay? Because clearly you think this is personal. It's not. It's not personal at all. Okay, it's not about me. I hate AMC YouTubers, but I'm not going to invest my time to bash them. Well, good for you. So fucking what? Why the outrageous amount of FTDs? There's a number of reasons that can cause FTDs. But the thing about the FTDs is, are you looking at other stocks? Like, and this again, this is it's cognitive bias. It's closed-minded thinking. To sit there and say, yeah, I'm all in AMC. Yeah, I'm an AMC ape. I believe in the Moass. Yada, yada, yada. And what about the FTDs, man? What about the FTDs? There's so many. How many other stocks have you looked at? How do you know? What is a lot? How does it compare to the float? Have you looked at other stocks with similar retail participation? I mean, yeah, I'm sure that these guys are gonna, sit here and say that they did. So that's fine. But that's not what the influencers say. And I don't care what some rank and file fucking apes say. Let me be clear about that. I do not care. This is not about the apes at all. I mean, you can make it about, you can take something from it if you want to. It would probably be a good idea, because I'm trying to get to what is actually going on here. That's the point. And to get there, I have to look at what is being said. What is the narrative? This is a narrative. What is the narrative? How does the narrative compare to reality based on, more than 2 years of experience trading stocks before the pandemic, right? So that brings me into this world. But I'm not doing this because I want to save the apes. Like, that is an important distinction that I try to make, because people think that I'm trying to get people to sell. I don't care. I literally not care less what anybody does with their AMC stocks. It doesn't matter to me. And I don't think it matters to the ultimate outcome. But, make sense of the dark pool volume and FTD math then. I mean, it's not hard to make sense of. You have a bunch of people who are involved in free trading apps. Oh, I know you guys don't use Robinhood anymore. I know that. I'm hip to this. I know. But y'all use Webull. Every time I see an ape on Reddit, on Twitter, posting a screenshot, posting a chart, posting this, posting that, it's from Webull. At the same time, bitching about dark pool volume, like that indicates that you don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Like, you can't use a payment for order flow brokerage and at the same time turn around and bitch about dark pool volume. Like, that's literally fucking retarded, okay? Like, that is fucking stupid. And that it's just one of these stupid dichotomies in this narrative that they either don't know, don't care, or are just too fucking blinded by the possibility of getting rich quick that you can't see that. Like, dude, that is some dumb shit. And it doesn't definitely personal if you omit key mathematical data. I mean, not really. No. What's personal is you're personally an idiot. If you sit there and say that, oh, the dark pool volume. I mean, we can go into the fucking platform right now and look at the time and sales data and see every dark pool trade, what you call dark pool. It's not like it's hidden. It doesn't matter. Like, this is the thing. Like, if there's anything that these grifters have been able to do, it's misdirection. It is misdirection. They have directed the apes to pay attention to something else other than what is important. And I'll say that again with examples. They sit there and say, you should be upset about all of this off-exchange volume, trading volume. That's wrong. It's a crime. They're robbing, they're stealing from you. When in reality, the venue that the trade gets executed on, actual investors, people who trade and make money, they don't care where it's executed. They don't give a fuck. What they care about is getting the price that they want, getting the order filled in a timely manner, because I want to get in this security here. Can I do that? Yes. I want to get the best price. I want to buy at a price less than the ask price. Okay. Yeah, you can do that instantaneously. That's what matters. But the ape influencers have spun this narrative of payment for order flow is bad. Robinhood is bad. I said this before. I'll say it again right now. Without Robinhood, none of us would be here right now. This thing would not have happened. You need to realize that. Without Robinhood, this would not have occurred. I would not be sitting here talking about this stuff. Trey would still be a fucking poor civil servant. And we'd all be doing something else. That's what started this. Without payment for order flow, we wouldn't be here. I'll even go so far as to say without Citadel or Ken Griffin or somebody fulfilling that role, providing liquidity, you wouldn't be here. So, it doesn't mean you have to love it. Doesn't mean you have to, all of a sudden, get geeked about Ken Griffin and watch all of his interviews. But I mean, it's kind of a silly thing. It's an extremely entitled point of view. So, whatever. But you can lead an ape to water, but you can't make him think. So I don't even try. By the way, Lynn said that last year. I always liked that. Anyway, the biggest Moass winner was computer share. Yeah, we looked at the we looked at the computer share stock price. They certainly did. Oh, I missed the point, did I? Obviously, regardless of payment for order flow, it being routed off payment for order flow, off of it being routed off lit exchange affects price. Yeah, maybe not. You're trying to orchestrate a pump and dump then. You know, congratulations. Like, no, I think you missed the point actually there. By the way, too, 1.5 shares, 5 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. That's not going to affect the price anyway. Okay, it doesn't matter where the fuck it's executed. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Rerouting. I don't even know what that means. Rerouting? Yeah, when you submit an order, the broker, sends it to market maker. We're talking about payment for order flow. It's not rerouted. But you probably also believe that that they hold the orders too, right? Like Lou says, they hold the orders and batch them. I mean, like, this is all the wrong stuff. Like, that type of thinking is focused on entirely the wrong aspects. And, oh, you made $60,000 off of AMC last year. Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, nobody cares here. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, anyway, I mean, I'm the conspiracy theorist. Yeah, okay. See, and this is what I call, this is the inverted nature of this. And Lou said it best. I mean, I just keep going back to this Lou video. He's such a genius. He really is. Fucking Lou. You got dumb people going to college. That's what Lou said. You got dumb people going to college. It's inverted. Everything is flipped around. When somebody who actually is looking for the evidence is the conspiracy theorist, like, you are so far up your own ass that you don't even know it. I mean, it's laughable. It's fucking laughable. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with that person anymore. Sorry. We get it. You're an ape. And oh, of course, this is it right here. You sound upset. It's okay. You held the bag. You got to go personal. You got to go with the ad hominem attack, right? I've presented plenty of evidence, so, yeah, stock price is the evidence. Like, oh yeah, next week, Moass next week. Oh, it's coming. Moass is coming. Like, no, I didn't hold the bag. What are you talking? Lynn, can you get this fuck? Yes, please take care of this fuck. This is distracting. You can get rid of T-Bone too if you want.
In this stock.
Like, I'm telling you guys, I don't care about the apes. Like, you are really, taking this in a direction that it doesn't need to go in. You're trying to argue with me about Moass and all these stupid, mechanical things that you don't understand. That's not the point. I'm not here to educate you. You can, if you just shut up and listen, you might learn something, okay? That's number one. Like all of these apes that have this attitude, this very entitled fucking attitude, they're the kind of people that always have something to say. They can't listen ever. They can't ever fucking listen. That's why we do the timeout thing and or the hidden from the chat thing. It's not this is not a free speech zone. Ultimately, I don't care. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. So if you want to go down that road, it's whatever. But anyway, it's just distracting more than anything because it always comes down to, oh, you're shorting AMC. Oh, you lost money on AMC. No, I didn't fucking lose money on AMC. No, I'm not shorting AMC. Would it matter anyway? Would it actually matter if the shit that I was saying was true and you could verify it? Would it fucking matter if I were shorting AMC? Stupid fucking apes. God damn it.
And people in our community, they worried about whether this stock gonna go, to $200 or $300. Hey man, look, HKD show you when a stock squeeze what it has the potential to do.
When a stock squeeze. How in the fuck did this squeeze? What the fuck is he talking about? Like, how is this a fucking short squeeze? Granted, this is yesterday's data, but today is really no different. It's 0.16% estimated short interest. Yes, it's estimated. It is estimated, right? But there's no exchange reported data. But the exchange reported data is self-reported. It's not. Contrary to what this asshole, the Ortex guy on Reddit says, he always says that exchange self-reported. No, it's not self-reported. Anyway, how is this a squeeze? He said it was a pump and dump earlier. Now he says it's a squeeze. Now he says that it's evidence that AMC can go to whatever. Not $200-300. That's ridiculous. Who wants to sell it for that?
And you got 5 or 8 million people behind, AMC. Man, when AMC, look, when
I'm not upset. I'm upset because you idiots find it necessary to come in here and argue. Like, when clearly you're not paying attention, you don't know what the channel is trying to do. I think you said that you hate these influencers too. I'm trying to hold them accountable for the misinformation that they've put out for nearly 2 years. Like, that should be upsetting to you. You should be upset about that. And at the end of the day, everybody, it does everybody a disservice that these assholes are out here with impunity putting this nonsense garbage out every day. That doesn't bother you? That doesn't bother you. Okay, I mean, I get, fine. I mean, I some people, I guess, care more about that stuff than others. I don't know. Like, I've been a teacher at one point in my life. I was a teacher. So, like, knowledge matters. Truth matters to me. And that's why I'm doing it, because it's bullshit that there is basically 99 grifters. Well, 99 grifters and one, and I know there's more than one, but I'm just saying, there are 9 grifters and one person trying to make sense of what they're saying and look at it from a factual basis. Like, that's not upsetting. It's not upsetting to you that these fucks have made this much money. Let's look at it from that angle. They've made a shitload of money by putting out intellectual, like fucking verbal diarrhea every day. Like that does upset me. I could give a fuck about AMC. It's not about AMC. Understand? It's not about AMC. It is about, you know, assholes manipulating people, legitimately scamming money out of them. You know, and your gripe is, oh, you're so angry. You're so angry. Nobody knows if it's going to squeeze. Go fuck yourself. You are, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not about the apes. It's about these influencers. It's like, I thought this was a better way to look at it because, yeah, you can teach a man to fish. You can give a man a fish. That would be sitting here making fun of the apes, saying, oh, these apes are so dumb. Look how dumb they are. And, truth be told, yeah, that slips through from time to time. But what do I care what, T-Bone or fucking the other fuck do? Like, I don't care. People are going to lose money all the time. Like, it sucks, yeah. But there have to be people that lose. But you can teach a man to fish, like, or attack the source of the problem, like the never-ending, like, wellspring of misinformation. I think you guys understand. I don't need to, I don't need to go any further. We've weeded out the problems here. So maybe now, how long has it taken? I just go on,
When the devil and when the hedge funds no longer have the ability to use stock market manipulation and criminal activity to hold AMC down.
Okay, here's another characteristic of cult, right? This idea that there will be some kind of transformation. Something will happen. Something will change. And it'll be different. And it'll be this utopian thing where hedge funds and the devil won't be able to use stock market manipulation.
And when the hedge funds no longer have the ability to use stock market manipulation and criminal activity to hold.
So in his fantasy, like, let's assume that, that hedge funds and the devil can use these illegal tactics or whatever to keep a random stock down because, because they like fucking with you, whatever. What the fuck that the apes are doing is going to change that? That's my question. If Ken Griffin already is like a 350,000 time felon, like unindicted, he's committed all these crimes and Wall Street's committed all these crimes. And I'm not arguing one way or the other on that. I'm just saying hypothetically, if that is the case, why would it change now? It makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get it. Like, I like, this is magical thinking, really. Like, magically, it is going to change. Everybody's going to realize, oh my God, Gary Gensler's going to be like, holy shit, what was I oh my God, wow, I was wrong. Probably not. Now, the question of whether it's illegal, whether there's illegal activity, going on, like, I personally don't believe that there is. I haven't seen any evidence for anything like that. What I have seen evidence of is these guys. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I'm like, not say what I'm thinking. Not understanding how the system works. Right? And I've said this before, say it again, not everybody agrees, but I think at the heart of it, the gripe is with the system in general. In other words, like capitalism, corporate capitalism. I think that's they don't realize it. Of course. But in this system, if you have a lot of money, you can do a lot of stuff. You can make a lot of things happen. I don't think they fully appreciate that. If they did, they probably would realize, oh, wow, okay, yeah, there's always going to be somebody with a lot more money than me who's able to exert more of an influence than me, or even us collectively, because, you know, it's not all going in as one huge order. It's still disparate piecemeal orders, like 2 shares, 3 shares, whatever. So the amount of influence that you can make is minimized. They need to learn they need to learn about the order book. You know, they need to learn about the order book.
AMC down. And when them beings are synthetic shares, you know, they got to cover them. Man,
I love that too. They got to cover them. They didn't borrow them. They illegally sold them. And but they're going to buy them back. But yeah, you got my word on it. I'll buy them back. Yeah, of course. Because they think they're going to short the company into the ground. No. Like it's having your cake and eating it too. It's having it both ways. It's completely illogical. It makes no sense. Like it just doesn't. Anyway,
AMC gonna rip, and it's gonna be epic. No, it's gonna be something, man, that's unbelievable. I ain't no financial advisor now. You can sell your shit. You can sell that $200 or $300 if you want to. Do what you do.
This is his latest, attempt to differentiate himself as not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't let what I say influence you, what you do in the market. If you want to sell at 200 or to sell at 300, go for it. I'm not a financial, I'm not telling you what to do. Yeah, that's, there's a term for that specific, but, maybe even call it gaslighting. But you're making a suggestion. You're saying, the implication is there. Yeah, I believe it's going to go to at least $200 because if you sold there, it would be like low. So he said that earlier too. Anyway, but it doesn't matter. Like I still hope that we see at least one of these guys end up, embroiled in major lawsuits. I doubt it because the kind of people that would have money and a lawyer and resources to sue these guys, they wouldn't be listening to them. So I don't think it'll happen. That would be good though.
But HKD shows you, man, what a stock has the potential to do. And it's nothing, man, on the level of an AMC. AMC is a beast. So, man, you can sell your share at $200 or $300 if you want to. But, man, hey, look, AMC
condescending fuck.
Short squeeze gonna be epic. Man, if they can take a garbage stock like that and run it up to 1,800, man, I already know what AMC gonna.
Listen to how loud he's talking too. You can hear how loud he's fucking talking. All these fuckings are loud mouths. Like Trey is a loud mouth. This he's shouting. He's in an empty room. You can hear it reverberating. Like he's so excited. He's just full of hope and optimism that he's gonna get rich. Like, man. What the fuck is going to happen when this guy loses all of it? I don't know. I'm seeing and hearing you're going to have a lot of civil unrest. That's the direction I think things are pointing. And I'm seeing that explicitly, like January 6th style shit. I don't even want to talk about it. But, whether I want to or whether I like it or not, kind of doesn't really matter because it's out there. I just want it to be clear that I'm not saying that. I don't want YouTube or anyone to take from this that I'm suggesting that. I'm just reporting it. I'm reporting what I see. and here, and I can point you to that. But so again, so that's the second video about Model 3 dude. I didn't even see you come in. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think you saying that. He'd be ruled incompetent to stand trial. That's possible. Second person we've listened to try to explain how this H stock, HKD, for some reason I just goes out of my head, proves that the Moass is possible. And second person to not make any relevant type of argument or comparison even. Like, oh, yeah, the stock went up by a lot. Stocks go up a lot. It's not like it's never happened before. Like, yeah, maybe you've never seen it happen before. Guess what? That doesn't mean it's never happened before. And that really goes for all the apes, for everything in this. This is nothing fucking special. It's nothing special. This shit happens all the time. You just haven't been tuned into it. Let's hear Jay Douglas's idea. This is got my curiosity. Have you done AMC thin gums? AMC thin gums video he did yesterday. He said all AMC investors have to do, pay off all your credit cards, then stop the world from using the banks, then we squeeze. I watched a little bit of it, but I couldn't stand his voice. Yeah. All you do is ridicule these guys. And I don't know. It was a long. I mean, is it a video or is it a stream? I saw a stream he was doing, but okay. Okay. Let's see what this guy says. This is the guy who says cumulative delta volume is indicative of synthetic shares at a point in time when AMC quadrupled its float. So there's that. Like the fact that the first thing that jumps into your mind is, oh, I can say that this is proving synthetic shares, without even bothering to look and see that, wow, they added hundreds of millions of shares in the same time frame, like the exact same time frame. That says something, but let's see what he says in this one.
I need an intro. What's going on, Moon Gang? Oh, that's too much. What's up, YouTube? High energy.
Working on his next career idea after this is over.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
He doesn't say that anymore because he's got his pretty face on the camera now.
Damn it.
Shark the Vix.
Shit. Hey guys, Gabe here with Review Pork. Dork. I don't know what's wrong with me. Shit. Okay. Hit that like button.
He's hitting all the stereotypes that I hit last year.
I did have this really crazy thought though. I kind of been pumping this idea of a short squeeze for like the past 2 years. And now the stock is coming to a really important key breakout level. Like we're dollars away. Maybe I should make a video about it. I'm gonna go do that right now.
Wow. Like I like that. Like the stock is reaching a key breakout level. Who is going to make it break out? When can we all collectively buy independently strike at 17? Real traders that make money in the stock market aren't making 10 videos a day for a few thousand views. It maybe adds up to 1K a month if you're lucky. Paid shill Gabe making money off our hard work. Hard work. I mean, the thing is, at least Gabe at Review Dork, he advocates like actually completing trades, like buying something and then selling it for a profit. Yeah. Your hard work, huh? Record audience today. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, by the way, hi, Reese. I did see you come in there. Welcome. Hopefully you came in after kind of the rant, but maybe you caught the rant. If not, you'll catch another one. That's okay. Keep mentioning HDK and MEGL. Yeah, you know, the HKD thing, you know, it's hard to pass up that opportunity, right? To mention it, not to trade it. By the way, let me pop over here real quick to this and just take a look at one thing real quick on that stock, just since it's being mentioned. It's not so bad here, but let's see. And well, yeah, level 2 went away because it's after hours now. But earlier the bid ask spread was pretty outrageous, and apparently it's been like that. So this is an illiquid stock, essentially. The bid was like 1,700, and the ask was 1,850 or 1,900. I can't remember exactly. So that's really bad. It's extremely wide. That's something that, you know, I don't know if people are talking about, but my rants are the best part of the stream. I was just saying that that you appreciated the because Lynn, you know, Scott fucking Allen's wrench, the moderator, she says, and she'll verify this, the reason that she subscribed to my channel last year is because of my offensive language. And then, you know, last year I wasn't working, so now I'm back to work. So I have to be more professional, like on a daily basis. I actually have to interact with people like every day now, unlike last year, this time. So in general, I probably cleaned it up, you know, quite a bit. But every once in a while, or, you know, at least it happens, you know, it happens. But, you know, it just gets so ridiculous. But anyway, watch that bid-ask spread on this if you are thinking about trading it. Because that's unacceptable to me. I wouldn't touch this with T-Bone's money. Okay. What the hell? Okay. Oops, wrong one. Wrong button. Okay. So let's see. What else we got here? So I think it's pretty clear, right, that HKD indicates nothing about AMC. It's not in any way related. It's not the same type of. It's not even really a stock. It's, I mean, it is, but it's a foreign ADR, American Depositary Receipt. So this is shares that a bank owns, and they've issued these proxy shares. You could call them IOUs. That's something the apes would understand. They're trading in place of actual shares. It doesn't really change anything, although you don't have ownership rights. So that's one thing that is different. You have the financial exposure to the stock, but you don't have, typically, it depends, but usually, you don't have ownership rights, dividends, stuff like that. So that's why I say it's not really a stock. You're trading on the stock. You're trading economic exposure to the stock, but you're not actually trading. You don't actually own the stock. Of course, that's also true for every other stock in our system. You don't actually own it. Mind fuck. You have contractual ownership rights conferred to you, but that's a whole other topic. Look up that's DTCC stuff, and no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. Hey guys, it's Jack Hunter. Still have my ceiling fan. Yeah, he does still have a ceiling. I still don't have a shirt. I just sell it to pay my Bookmap subscription. Oh, they sponsor me. Okay. Reese says, do you think AMC has any potential to reach anything like HKD did? I don't think so. But, if you had asked, I think, any of us 2 weeks ago, do you think this stock HKD will be at $2,300 next Tuesday or whatever? I don't think anybody would have said, oh yeah, absolutely. There's a 68.5% chance. Now, having said that, again, it's nothing like the situation. 88% of HKD's stock is owned by one holder. So that is a huge thing. That gives one entity a lot of power, a lot of, influence over the stock. So I don't think it's going to do anything similar to what, I don't think AMC is going to do anything similar to what this stock did. And the stocks are not similar at all. So hopefully that makes sense. But I don't think that it's really a good comparison. But these guys, they have to pump everything. They have to hype everything. Now, the reason why they have to hype everything is also interesting, beyond the fact that they make money off of this in various ways. But it seems like they want to keep this thing going, right? Like, what would anyone care about this to the same degree if these guys didn't have this whole side hustle thing, this whole, this is a whole industry that's popped up around AMC, not AMC itself, not the movies, not the stock market. No, all of the guys talking, all the people, third parties talking about it on, social media. Like, that's ridiculous to me. The fact that this clown doesn't get called out, that people actually only 600 people, only 600 views. So that's not too many. The video probably just came out, but at least 3 hours, and he's got a lot of spam. Fix your sound, terrible. Appreciate your videos. But why is he still making these fucking videos? Listen to his energy.
Hey guys, it's Jackson Hunter. I'm with another AMC.
Well, if my internet didn't fucking suck. But let's see if it can play through. Come on.
Hey guys, it's Jackson Hunter. I'm with another AMC stock update. Today is Tuesday, August 2nd. Please hit the like button. Please smash that subscribe button. I love and appreciate you.
Gong, gong. He's got to bring the gong sound effect back. I know you. I know some people remember the gong. Gong. It was at least like
full afternoon.
Cool.
I got some pretty good details to share with you guys. God damn. AMC stock up nearly 10%, up 9.69% on the day, ending the day $6.86 per share on a volume of 42 million. You can see that it
42 million. So one thing I said earlier, you know, when AMC did go to $70, or when it went from $2 to $20 in January of last year, you know, you got to look at the volume that was involved, and it was 10 times plus. Like, it was 42 million's less than half of what took it from 2 to 20, and it's about 2/3 of the volume that was associated with the stock going to 72. So I don't see anything happening unless that comes back, and I'll tell you right now, it's not going to come back. Like, yeah, there's a chance. Anything's possible, right? With God, all things are possible. But realistically, the conditions that allowed last year's frenzy to happen are not present anymore. And that should be clear simply from putting gas in your car, right? So it's a different economic environment, totally. There's a little bit of risk on coming back in the market as of late, but the problem is not fixed. We have not returned to last year. So that's why I say I don't think it's even possible, really. I mean, yeah, with God, all things are possible, but realistically, you know, in God we trust, all others pay cash. It's probably not going to happen.
It held this 1675 level very nicely for the majority of the day. It popped up right at the bell and just validated in that region of which I spoke of right now. So this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do not make investments based on what I say in my content. So you got a big limit bar at $16. It looks like it wasn't touched. And then a huge limit sell order at $17.
Blah, blah, blah.
Earnings. This just came.
All right, here we go. I want some earnings FUD. Okay. MEGL is being promoted by Doge Warrior and Tony D now. Didn't President sign an EO banning Americans trading stocks? Certain ones. It's a specific list. But hey, if HBK or MEGL means that I'm going to support communism, well, I might have to go buy some then. I might have to do it.
As big. So a decent day for AMC. Check this out. This is from Zach's AMC Entertainment to report.
That was a joke. Okay. That was a joke.
Q2 earnings. This just came out. For the quarter to be reported, Zach's consensus estimate for loss per share has widened to 26 cents over the past 30 days from 22 cents per share. In the prior year quarter, the company had reported an adjusted loss per share of 71 cents. The consensus mark.
I seem to remember looking at a video by Al from Karachi on Sunday night where he looked at something from Zach's. And he was like, "Oh, what's Zach's? I don't even know. I've never heard of this. What's Zach's? That's a blah, 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 blah." Like, really? You've never heard? You don't know what You've never heard of Zach's? Like, I'm not saying take it anything that they say seriously or not, but simply heard of it. And then, you know, yeah. It's a central piece of Jack's video here, Zach's consensus estimate. So I'm going to get to Al later. I'm sure he's got some great FUD.
For revenues is pegged at $1.12 billion compared with
AMC squeeze is AMC Moass will be based 100% completely on fundamentals.
Ago, reported figure of $444.7 million. The company's second quarter 2022 results are likely to have benefited from a sharp increase in global attendance and, get this, average ticket pricing. What does that even mean? Earlier, the company had said,
well, so yeah, spoke too soon. Here he is not understanding what average ticket pricing means. Seems to me that attendance multiplied by average ticket price, that would be kind of a key number. But who the fuck am I? You know, I don't have all these cool tattoos. I guess if I did, you wouldn't know, but I don't.
That in 2022, film slate is expected to be significantly stronger than in 2021. The robust performance of its domestic box office bodes well. However, AMC Entertainment is making comprehensive health and sanitation programs, which include enhanced cleaning procedures and upgraded air filtration efforts to ensure maximum safety for guests. These efforts entail high costs that are likely to have weighed on the second quarter performance. Monthly cash burns are likely to have weighed on the companies to be.
I bet if we went, I mean, I don't know. I bet if we went into an AMC theater right now, we would find dirty fucking air filters. I would put $100 on that. Go to the nearest AMC. You will find dirty air filters. You will find greasy kitchen exhaust ducts. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I've worked in that, not in movie theaters, but in facilities, services, maintenance, mechanical type stuff. And I can tell you that maybe I'm wrong because they've put out high costs, but I was surprised how horrible a lot of that shit is. It's the last thing. And bed bugs. Yeah, that's right. If you're in Manhattan, look out for those bed bugs. And you have those slushies or ices. Sorry, ices coming now. So you're gonna have sticky floors, and you know what that brings. Other bugs. It sounds like I'm bashing AMC, but I'm just telling. Like, I would not bank on that upgraded air filtration personally.
That's not a catalyst. Bottom line. That's what Zach thinks.
That's a funny catalyst, though. Air filters. Never
prediction,
thought.
But I hope it goes well. And then check this out right here. You got the options chain expiring this Friday.
Oh.
So the shaded blue strike prices are already in the money. Second from right column is open interest. That's the amount of active call options in this case. And so if you look at it, if AMC gets above $17, it would put another 11,000 contracts in the money. If it gets above $20, it'd put another, 11, well over 30, maybe 35,000 contracts in the money.
So what? Who cares? What difference does that make? Oh, they have to go buy the shares. No, they don't. I'm sorry. They don't. That's not how they're going to hedge these. I've shown that with evidence specific to AMC. I mean, that's the thing. Like, these guys are so lazy. They would rather sit there and say, yeah, oh, look at all these contracts. Oh, they're going to have to go buy it because somebody at one point said that they have to. I didn't even bother to look the shit up. It took me 5 minutes to find something with the CEO of a market-making firm, not Citadel, and a brokerage, not a CEO, but an executive, head of a division of a brokerage, options, who both talked about how, guess what? With these meme stocks, volatility is so messed up that we actually lose money even if we buy the shares or sell the shares and hedge in that way because of volatility on the options we've sold. So we're actually just going to hedge it with another option contract, because that way volatility is also affected in the hedge. Because if you hedge by buying shares or shorting shares, the volatility factor does not apply. So the option, call or put, whatever, doesn't matter. That is affected by volatility. Volatility goes up, the option price goes up. Volatility goes down, option price goes down. I think that's easy enough to understand. So if you've sold something and the price of it is going up and you want it to go down because you sold it, you do not want it to go up because that's money you're losing. And it's going up because of volatility, a factor that is not accounted for in the way that you are hedging that position that you've sold. You're going to lose money. And it's not that they don't want to lose money, it's that they want to be neutral because, a market making firms providing liquidity, they're not in it to take positions. They're not trying to make money on AMC. They're not trying to, go short or long or whatever. I don't think the apes believe that. So it doesn't matter, I guess. They think that they're going to go out and buy 30 million shares or some shit. But I'm telling you that there's direct evidence, and I have a video. That's not how they're going to hedge it. So it doesn't matter how many call contracts are in the money. It just doesn't matter. And you can look at a volatility chart too and see that, you know what, if the stock goes down, volatility goes a certain way. If the stock goes up, volatility goes up, which is typically volatility would go down as a stock goes up. As the stock goes down, volatility would go up. I think I said that right. It's an inverse relationship because when a stock goes down, you think about it, volatility is kind of like uncertainty. So, it's an uncertain type of climate that you're entering. Meme stocks react differently, and that's what's in this article. That I didn't even dig it up. I found it in 5 minutes. Just trying to learn more about how option market makers hedge positions they've sold. So that's my whole point here, is that he's lazy. Essentially, he's a lazy fuck, and he's just trying, shitting out a less than 4 minute video, trying to get you to be Super Bowl.
If it gets over 30, it'd put a lot more, basically all of them. And I'd say if it got over 20 this week and ended over 20, that would be a huge win. Now, normally,
wow, yeah, they don't like the down talk in the option. That made that dropped the viewers off a cliff. So I have to remember that next time when I want to, when I want to play Ken Griffin, and the only way that I can, like with my tiny little channel, I want to have some control. I can't control the stock market, but I can talk about option chains and hedging, and that will make people, yeah. No, they don't like it because it's something that they've, have been told over and over, and they still are told that, and I can't believe. I mean, I can, but it's stupid. Like, why would you not be curious about it? Especially every fucking time that Chart the VIX talks about a gamma squeeze. Like, it's like the ape father. Once ape father buys into a stock, that's it. You're done, right? It's the same thing with Chart the VIX talking about gamma squeezes. If he talks about a gamma squeeze, you ain't having a gamma squeeze. Like, that's for sure. Like, it's ridiculous. Now, to be fair, it's every fucking week he talks about a gamma squeeze. Gamma squeeze, gamma squeeze. Yeah. When was the last gamma squeeze?
I don't say, like, AMC should get to this number because then it would make a gamma squeeze, but the options chain does look really good right here, and if you get a majority of the strike prices in the money, you can have significant price movement up. And the volume, it looks like it's going to be trending up here. It's 42 million today. Yesterday it was like 26, somewhere in that region. So
I'll even concede the point. Maybe you do. Maybe you will see some kind of significant move up, but you're not going to see a fucking $10,000. You're not going to see $100 a share from this shit. It's just not. Like, it's nowhere near. You know, last year there were hundreds of thousands of contracts at each, not at every strike, but there were several strikes that had hundreds of thousands of contracts that went in the money. And you're hyping up 10,000? I'm sorry, dude, but like, these are going to be worthless, essentially. These will be worthless. You're talking about the, what, $20 strike? $20 strike is trading for $23 right now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that will almost certainly be worthless.
Yeah, if AMC surpasses $20 and lands there this Friday, it will look good with a gamma potential.
No, absolutely not. That's stupid. 10,000 contracts. First of all, people aren't going to hold them, and they're certainly not going to exercise them. Oh, yay. The stock price is $21. I have this $20 contract. Let me save $100 and exercise. There's no evidence that apes are even exercising contract. There's no evidence that they're buying the stock. Jesus. Fuck.
Now check this out right here. Robinhood lays 23% of staff. What a terrible company. Love you guys so much. See you
what
for
a terrible company.
Update.
I only owe my whole reputation, my whole AMC grift to them. What a terrible company. Oh my God, what a terrible fucking company. They changed the way that retail investors interact with the market, but they suck. What a bunch of douchebags. But without them, I wouldn't be here. Fuck you, Jack Hunter. How ridiculous. Another one. You wouldn't be here talking about this shit, showing off your stupid fucking tattoos, were it not for Robinhood. And this guy right here. Robinhood just collapsed. No, they didn't, Finance News. But God damn it. You should be the one to collapse. How about if I put out a video? How would they like that? I'm going to make a video. Finance News just collapsed. Jackson Hunter's next? I'm going to start doing videos like that. Fuck it. These guys can sit here and lie and say nonsense, disingenuous, fucking fraudulent information, misinformation, flat out untrue shit. Well, I can claim that Finance News fucking collapsed. I think I can. All right, I think I'm going to do one more video. Anybody got any suggestions here? I know that somebody was saying the Smurf guy. No, who did Lynn say that he sounded like? I forget now. What you call it? Crackhead Bigums. But his shit's also long. So is Trey's, but you know what? Yeah, I gotta go Trey. I'm hitting Trey hard because, you know, like I got so excited. Ape Nation will. Okay, let me look at that. I got so excited when Trey said, you know, I'm taking a step back from YouTube. I don't want to do this stuff because I feel like I have to. I want to do it because I feel like I want to. And then he fucking comes out with videos the next 2 days. Like, what a fucking little... You're being a little bitch! He's being a little bitch! Oh yeah, here we go. Yep. Oh man, I can't watch the whole thing, but yeah, we can listen to a little bit of this. This is gonna be terrible. I'll tell you right now. Okay, I'm keeping an open mind.
Ape Nation, what's happening? It's your boy Will, back at you again with another video, baby. I've been getting comments.
It is a video.
Where's the lake? We missed the lake.
How did it know I didn't care? Cut out right at the perfect moment. 240, that works.
I love the view out there. Well, for starters, guys, it's not a lake, it's a pond. This is one of the 2 ponds that we have on our property.
Wow.
It's just been so hot and there's nothing but
sounds like you need that Moass to survive.
Video out here in this blazing South Carolina. Actually a little cooler now. So, you know, today ain't been too bad. So, yeah, it's a pond, not a lake, guys. That's for starters.
I know I waste a lot of time, but you really notice it when you start like watching videos and critiquing them and stuff. That was a long ass time to tell us that was a pond.
Oh, and one of the very first big purchases I will be making after the Moass.
Don't care. Literally don't care. Don't even want to hear it. Don't even want to hear it. Manipulative language.
In the 20s. Trust me, oh my God, I could have bought in the 20s. It made me sick to my stomach seeing it run to $2,500.
Oh.
Trust me.
All right.
So yeah. So let's talk about it today. Y'all seen what HKD did? Trust me.
He must be a successful trader. Oh, fuck. Chris. Oh, shit balls. It's fucking great. Okay. Is he really, like, tearing up? Is he really, like, getting emotional about this? Ooh,
oh, my God. I could have bought in the 20s. It made me sick to my stomach seeing it run to $2,500. I literally wanted to puke. Could have been rich.
That's the wrong. This is the complete wrong reaction you should be having. You should and like, you don't even say this shit. What is the point of saying that? Like, that's how I know he's not a successful trader, Chris, because he's saying this shit. Oh man, I could have made so much money. Yeah, that's exactly what the line of thinking that you do not go down. Trust me, Poe, it's not. You don't want to say that.
For Moass, but hey, you know, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some.
Okay, now that I can get on board with.
Even though I didn't win or lose, I didn't jump in at all. But, you know what I'm...
Well, then it's not true that you didn't win or lose. You preserved capital. I'm assuming, unless you traded something else. But sometimes said this, and, you know, like, this is kind of how it worked out for me today. I didn't have time to trade. I was too busy at work. Sometimes the best trade is the trade that you don't make. So you probably actually would have lost money. You know, like, there are people who are in the process of losing money on these plays right now, even though it goes to 2,500 or whatever, even though the Moass is going to go to $1 million per share. People will lose money. People have lost money. Like, there's always a new and creative way to do that. So, you know, in that sense, he actually could be up, but, you know, don't go down that fucking road. Oh, if I had invested $1,000, I'd have this much. That's useless. It does no good. It's emotional. It's bad. You know, I mean, don't do that.
I'm saying. So, from what I'm hearing, HKD was a result of an IPO attack group, guys. So there's an IPO attack group based in Asia that pushed this thing through the roof. So,
okay, is this a trust me, bro? Too
IPO that they will be attacking is ticker symbol MEGL. That's the word on the street, right?
That's the word on the street. Is that the word on the pond too? Where are you hearing this shit from? Sources. I mean, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. I'm sorry. A guy sitting next to a fucking pond. I mean, come on. Are you fucking kidding
Right now,
me?
ticker symbol MEGL, and the IP.
If it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. Okay? A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money on this shit. I would bet. We may do a side bet over in my Telegram chat. So join my Telegram chat. The link's at the bottom of the screen or in the description. If you like this, if you like, this type of stuff. Some dude who's not on camera being an asshole. But seriously though, it's a fun chat. A lot of the people that are in the chat here are also over there. Good peoples. But, but back to this, like, okay, an Asian IPO attack group. I'm intrigued, but how do you know this? Like, what?
Is on Friday, this Friday, August the 5th. So this is not financial advice. I'm not advising anybody to jump in this play, put money in, sell your AMC shares to get in. Please.
But he just in an emotionally impassioned way talked about how he could be rich right now. So these words now are meaningless. I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, but you could have been rich. So clearly you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. Garbage.
Please do not do that. But me personally, I will be throwing a little something in there. Somewhere between, I'm not putting in a lot, somewhere between $500 and $1,000. I haven't quite decided yet, but
it's kind of a lot.
I will be putting something into this play. It's worth taking a stab at, based on seeing what HKD did.
Because they're the same attack group, and they're literally putting it out there. Like somehow it got leaked. Even so, you want to trade a stock that has a $200 bid-ask spread? Like I said, I would not touch that with anybody else, with random apes fucking money. I wouldn't. That is an illiquid stock. Now you're talking about a straight up IPO. I don't know. Seems.
I just have to.
We were talking about pump and dumps earlier, but I mean, shit. Oh, Teddy's the one. Was it the guy at his gym again telling him? Must have been the guy at his gym who's a stockbroker or a market maker or whatever the fuck. But he goes to Teddy's gym, right? Please tell me that's who it is.
Next IPO. So
did they use a short ladder?
Guys on that. So I want to talk a little bit more about HKD, guys.
Okay.
So
I'm going to let it play.
This is a stock that was an IPO back in mid-July, a few weeks ago. Now, the free float on HKD is 19 million shares, right? The volume we've been seeing for it to...
Okay, all right. I know I said I was going to let it play, but Manuel's got, this is it right here. This is it. We were talking about this last night, kind of in Telegram, about simulation, Baudrillardian simulation, symbolic representation, and whatever, geek, whatever. But this is a great fucking. This is fantastic. We don't care if the group actually exists. We just need people to believe that it exists. I mean, that is spot on, man. That is spot on. Because it's true. Like, who knows? Probably doesn't exist. But it's like technical analysis. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It doesn't actually mean anything. But if enough people believe that it's going to bounce off of that whatever, they'll make it happen. Yeah, that's a great fucking point. Ooh. Best adult dating site. I need that. I need that in my life.
One, two, the high numbers that it did from $12 all the way to $2,500. in a matter of days,
Lock
$2,555 to
them
be
up.
exact.
Lock them all up.
The volume you've been seeing has only been in the hundreds of
All right,
thousands.
this time I'm going to let it play.
400K in volume, guys. Now, I want you to do something. I'm going to give y'all some homework for tonight, guys. And this is proof. HKD is proof that AMC and GME will blow.
And yes, Reese, it was a good pick. You're right.
Tonight, I want you guys to pull up a 1-minute chart on AMC and pull up a 1-minute chart on HKD. So what I want you to do, look at the price action. And this is why I've been saying for months now that the entire stock market is a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme, and all the price action that you're seeing on AMC and GameStop on a daily basis is fake. They got the entire stock market hooked up to an algorithm.
Oh, God.
And
here we go.
There's nothing you can do to break it. AMC does not trade.
Well, you're not going to do shit to break it sitting by the fucking lake.
The price action you were seeing, HKD, was natural price action.
Oh,
it was
fuck
natural,
you.
And
I got to go back.
there's nothing you can do to break it. AMC does not trade that much on a daily basis. The price action you were seeing, HKD, was natural price action. It was natural, and you can tell it was natural. The stock would push up a little bit because somebody was buying in.
What does natural mean?
Then there wouldn't be no trading going on for 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Then it'd push up some more, no trading going on. Then it'd do a strong push for like 5 minutes, no trading, no volume going on. And then it'll drop some, no trading going on. And then pop up some more, no trading going on for 2 or 3 minutes.
That's what real stocks do, yeah. That's what real price action does. Mm-hmm.
So on and so forth. That is natural price action, guys. Natural. Like I said before.
Like I like it, natural.
Also, take note of how low the volume was on a 19 million share free float. Hundreds of thousand volumes, and it's shooting up.
Well, no, that's not true. Not true, sir. You have 16,000 or whatever ADRs, but the stock is listed in Hong Kong. And over there, there's a whole shitload of shares that somebody owns. So, no.
Hundreds of percents. Hundreds of percents daily. Outside of maybe Amazon, Tesla, and probably Apple, those top 3 tickers, the price action you see on the rest of the...
So he's a total market conspiracist. That's what I'm calling these guys. They think that all the price action is fake. It's all, just smoke and mirrors designed to look like, just randomly, candles going up and down and shit. It means nothing. It's all fake. There are no stocks. They actually don't exist. It's all, run by, whoever, Ken Griffin. What am I, crazy? Of course, the devil. And it's all just a big, scam, essentially. I don't know what to do with these types. Like, clearly, how long has this guy been in the stock market? How long have these people been actually around this stuff? I think you could be around anything for 2 years and you could know more about it than this. You could have a better picture of what's actually going on and not sit around by the fucking lake and talk about how everything's fake. Like, that's the easy fucking way out. This is intellectually weak, okay? All of this shit is, really, but this type of, it's all fake, no, don't believe it, it's nothing, How fucking weak like, seriously. I don't get it. I don't get how these people actually take that road and think, and here's the real kicker. They think that they're changing the market. They think that they are making it more fair. They think that they have something to offer. And it's like, no, you didn't even take the time to learn how the fuck it works. So don't sit there and say that you are changing it. It's one way now, and then we came, and then it's going to be another way. When your understanding of it is so simplistic. I mean, it's just outrageous. I don't know how long he's been involved in this stuff. It doesn't seem like he's going to be involved in it, long term. Why would you? If you think that it's all fake, why the fuck would you participate? And then you're just stupid. You know it's fake. You know you're being scammed, but you keep coming back for more. Okay, right. So he's either an idiot or an idiot, I guess. I don't know. Fucking Jesus.
The price action you see on the rest of the stock market is fake. It's all algorithmic. All of it, guys. All of it. So do not pay attention to the line on AMC and GameStop. It's all fake.
Algorithmic does not mean fake. And by the way, there is not one algorithm. There are market participants. There are people or entities, institutions trading shares. That's what makes the market move. We sit at our computer or phone and we type in the number and we hit, submit. And then, it executes the order and then it says that we have the shares. Okay. An algorithm is just automating that. Why didn't they call it automated? I don't know. There's got to be some better way to describe it. Algo. Oh, it sounds so evil. Yes, there's an algo that controls the price. No, market participants, maybe using automated trading, say, yeah, I have 2,000 shares that I want to sell today. And I want it to go over this period of time, or, there are videos about this. There are videos that show what the floor traders on the New York Stock Exchange, we watched one in this stream. We literally watched it where he's talking about the algos that he can use to execute the orders that he gets. It's not like this is just so simplistic of an understanding. Oh yeah, there's an algo. Ken Griffin wakes up, is like, fuck him today. No, dump it today. And the whole, everything goes down because Ken Griffin pushes one button on his keyboard. I mean, it's ridiculous. Algorithm, algorithm, automated, whatever you want to say. That doesn't mean fake. It means automated. It means a human being is not literally pushing the button at that moment. Or it's programmed to react to other things. Hey, if the dollar goes up, I want to get out of stocks, or vice versa. Something like that. If bonds go a certain way, I want it to react in in my equity positions. I want my equity positions to react to another market. That's an algo, okay? Like, not this fucking by the lake bullshit. Fuck you.
HKD just proved this to you. And we just seen this thing go to $2,500. Oh yeah, by the way, based on what I've seen, yeah, and all the pain and suffering that we're still going through to this day with AMC and GameStop, I just pushed my floor up. This is not financial advice. This is me speaking. This is me. But I pushed my floor up to 25K a share. We seen 2,500 on HKD today. Add a zero to that. That's my fucking floor. Yeah. Ken Griffin, Gary Gensler and the SEC, the DTCC. That's what y'all get. Y'all deserve the punishment that y'all got coming to you. So yeah. Hey.
No, those are fighting words.
HKD is all the proof y'all need. Y'all do your homework tonight. in other news, Gary Gensler is starting to get national attention.
Uh-oh.
Because
he shorted AMC.
The petition that's been going around for the past several days now.
No.
That a shit ton of retail investors have been signing for Gary Gensler to resign. It's starting to get mainstream media attention.
Oh, boy. So, maybe it'll be the one fucking petition that ever in history, the one internet petition that ever actually did anything. Maybe it will be. Fuck. What happened to Davey Lauer? What happened to his petition? Oh, that was going to do it. Dave Lauer started a petition. We the investors. What happened with that? Like every other fucking online petition, it does absolutely nothing. Armchair activism, slacktivism, they call it, right? You can't sit there. Well, you can. I mean, it's like Manny said before. It doesn't have to do anything. They just have to believe it will, long enough to get us to the squeeze. I mean, yeah, okay, great. A petition. Next thing you know, you're going to be talking about a GoFundMe for a fucking lawsuit. Mark my fucking words. It's happened 2 other times
over the course of the next week or two.
In the last 10 months.
And I did sign it too, by the way. Anyway,
that took courage.
Yeah. What else do I want to talk about?
You're a big, strong man.
Talked about HKD.
You did the right thing.
About Gary Gensler and his bitch ass. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he might. I'm
gonna save this for another video.
Oh shit. Okay.
But y'all see what's going on with AMC and the foreign brokers, right? I'm pretty sure y'all see that's getting a lot of attention right now. It's all over Twitter, all over YouTube, all over everything.
All over Reddit?
The brokers in Germany, how they've been taking, not with AMC, I'm sorry, with GameStop, with the GME.
Oh.
For the Splividend shares. I did a post about.
What a stupid word. Can we just say, what a fucking retarded word. Leave it to the fucking children to say that shit.
About this
Fuck
earlier,
me.
But
they need to make a kid's stock market that's actually simulated. It's actually like fake, controlled, whatever. And let's put all the apes on that, like the kids menu.
Y'all see what's going on with the German brokers?
Trade Fisher Price.
The retail investors over there that are apes in GameStop. The brokers basically just took their shares.
Oh.
Took them out of their accounts. And this is why I say Ryan Cohen is a fucking genius. And he did this so strategically because this is what happened, right?
Listen to this confirmation bias. Listen to this. This is going to be good. I love this stuff.
With this going on and nobody's getting answers, right? What this does is shines a light on the United States regulators and banks over here and institutions over here. It shines a light because now this is an international problem and you got other countries involved.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, Lynn, but yeah, it does. It does. I'll we could talk about that later, but but that, that's all I'm going to say. Now, kids market is called paper trading. Started my 4 sons on that in their teens. That's cool. Paper trading doesn't work Lynn, I think it worked for Lynn. I don't know. She's like making a lot of money now with her stock shares. Boy, that's weird. But there's 2 schools of thought. I think it has use, but I need the incentive of losing money. So, Speaking of losing money, wow. Thanks, Manny. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Damn. That's awesome. Thanks, dude. I'm not, making a big deal out of, like, I just hit the technical threshold for that. So I put it on there. But it's obviously it's certainly not why I'm here. Especially having done this for literally a year, and having lost the first channel to the YouTube maelstrom. But anyway, paper trading. I guess that is the kids' market. I guess you're right. Thanks, Manny. What a guy. Manny first again. Yeah. Second time he's been first today. How about that? All right.
Because all these brokers are just sending us credits. It just shines a light on the U.S. and the regulatory bodies over here, and on the banks and the institutions. It shines a big light. So I'll save all that for another video, because I don't want to make this video too long. I'm already running at about 10 minutes right now. But yeah, to sum it all up, yep, I raised my floor. Yep. I'm jumping in MEGL Friday.
Cool. We'll see how that goes.
AMC and GME are
Who knows? I might too. Who knows? This stream might have inspired me to get involved in the pump and dump again. It's kind of fun sometimes. Super chat enabled. Moass tomorrow, 2 p.m. Yeah, be there or be square. So, God, Trey. 5 days ago, getting the weight off my chest. I'm not going to do this. This smells like fraud. But in both of these videos, he's wearing his Hugh Hefner shirt and chain. I watched half of this video and was like, God, it's just... You'd be in jail if this was you. You'd be in jail. Look at this playboy. I mean, I need to create an image that's just like a before and after of Trey. We looked at it on Sunday. 1 year ago, Trey. Actually, I got an easy one I can pull up. Kansas 5. No, I know most people here are familiar with the Kansas 5. It seems to be getting some more play. People are referring to it as that. I want to point out that we referred to it as Kansas 5 last year. But, we were so small potatoes that, I don't know. Who knows? Probably just is an intuitive thing. But here you go. Kansas 5 from about a year ago, about almost exactly a year ago, I think.
What's up, YouTube? Oh, man, I'm just playing. Hey, we got freaking Voltron here together.
Okay, that looks like potato cam. Small potatoes cam. But there's Trey 1 year ago, literally 1 year ago. And it is, yeah. It's the same shirt as he did in the Smells Like Fraud video. That is correct. So anyway, we attribute it to eating steak and lobster every night or whatever. God damn. Come on. I'm going to use that to upgrade my dial-up internet. Thanks, Manny. When high-speed internet? Well, the time has come. Okay.
In perhaps the most ironic way possible, Robin Hood has been robbing the hood for a very long time. What is supposed to be the knight in shining armor and the brokerage that is going to democratize finance for all, seemingly does the exact opposite of that and gets busted with their hand in the cookie jar over and over and over. See, the big difference here, though, is that
unbutton another button, bro. Like, why are you even wearing the shirt? Jack doesn't even wear the shirt anymore. Again, like, I'm not saying that, you know, Robinhood or any for-profit brokerage or for-profit anything really, but, you know, we're talking about brokerages. They're in business to make money. You got to understand that. Secondly, Trey would not be wearing this shirt and that chain, speaking into this microphone with that fake tree in the background, so stylishly blurred in wherever he is. It's probably a set. This is probably not a real corner. It's probably a set somebody made. He made with a chair rail. He's got a chair rail. Look at that. He's got a fucking chair rail there. None of this would be here if Robinhood hadn't brought all of us together in a sense. Now, obviously that's not true. Strictly speaking, like, I don't think Chris uses Robinhood. You know, I don't know if Model 3, I don't, you know, not everybody does, but that's where a lot of the, you know, the people that became embroiled in this thing traded. It's also the reason that every brokerage now, not just Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Schwab, even Fidelity, the reason that they all have commission-free trading, even the ones that don't accept payment for order flow, like Fidelity and Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, Edge. So, is it Edge? Right, yeah. So, love them or hate them, like, they changed the game, I think. And we've talked about this here before, you know, commissions, percentages. That's what you would be doing. Trey would still be a humble civil servant, you know, drinking and trading. No, he wouldn't be, though. He actually used Fidelity in his first early videos, and then he started using Webull. And honestly, choice between Robinhood and Webull, I'll take Robinhood any day for a number of reasons. But anyway, it's not a brokerage war. I'm just simply saying this would not have been possible. None of this would have been possible without Robinhood. And honestly, I don't think there's an easier to use mobile app for trading. I'm looking past the ape's gripes because, like we talked about earlier, that's misdirection. It's focusing on things that don't really matter. When in reality, I don't think it matters which platform you use. It's like, what can you do with a piece of wood, a saw, and some screws, and a screwdriver, and hammer, and nails? Does it really matter what brand the hammer is? Does it really matter what kind of metal the screws are made out of? Does it matter? You know, at some point it does, yes. But for people who are just starting out, for working with basic idea, you know, you see what I'm saying. It's much more important, like how you conceptualize trades and, you know, your entry and exit and all that stuff. the actual trading, the platform is a tool. You can always have better tools, but you know, I don't know. This is the way I look at it. And I use Robinhood among other brokerage platforms. So this whole video to me,
when they get caught with their hand in the
we
cookie
got
jar.
best adult dating site is back. Where's the link? Oh yeah, lovechat.xyz. All right, cool. I'm gonna check that out later.
Their mom just gives them another cookie after taking away about an eighth or a quarter of the previous one. We're going to dive into this and how this is really crooked and give you some examples of some different situations. Guys, over the Trace Trader, we can talk fast and class, but by saying I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so please take what you say with a grain of salt. Let's get into it. So you can see by the title, if you were to do this, you'd be in jail. And while this isn't the exact same scenario, here are a couple different examples of some scams, fraudulence, and manipulative behavior.
Well, corporations can't go to jail, so there's that. But I mean, yeah, good point, I guess, right?
Behavior that have taken place and the ramifications that came to suit with it. ICO pitchman sentenced.
Reminds me of the moment in the Donald Trump Hillary Clinton debate from 20 whatever that was, 16, I guess. Donald is lucky that I'm not. Shit. What did she say? It's one of those times when he like sniped in and said, "Because you'd be in jail." Fuck! It gets me every time, even though I can't remember what she said. We're all lucky that Donald is not president. Yeah, because you'd be in jail. What an asshole, but it was a great moment.
It's a prison for $1.9 million crypto scam. And what this is two founders of a cryptocurrency drop pled guilty to securities fraud. What was the securities fraud over? $1.9 million. Now, I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison. I've never defrauded investors. But what I can tell you
bullshit. Bull fucking shit. You have a very loose definition of fraud, defrauding. Because where I'm sitting, you're right on the fucking border.
If you went to jail for 1.9 million, most people would probably look at you and say, "What did you do? What do you want? You did this for 1.9 million. Is that really worth going to prison for?" Martin Shkreli would be laughing in the faces of these individuals. But nonetheless, they served their time, right? You do the crime, you got to do the time. Another situation, according to CoffeeZilla, who did some research and presented a video on a topic very similar to this, was as such: FBI discovered $1.5 million cryptocurrency crime thanks to Twitter user. And essentially what this is highlighting is there was a Twitter user who pointed out that Coinbase had some really sketchy stuff taking place. It seemed like there was some front running going on with different coins that would be listed on various exchanges, and they ended up catching sort of a small fish in the really, really, really big pond. They said, "Hey, you over there," right? It's like back in 2008 when they're looking at some small time bank who was doing the same thing as everybody else. "You over there, what do you think you're doing, huh? We are the knight in shining armor. We're here to save the day and protect people from fraudulence. We're going to throw you in the slammer, and you got to do your time for that 1.5 million that you stole." Now, obviously, people, when they do wrong, they should be held accountable, right? There should be sort of
didn't Lou go to jail for a lot less than that? Wow, that's a creepy fucking place to pause it. But I mean, maybe he'll mention Lou. Maybe he'll mention like, hey, yeah, if an individual did this, like Louis Bravo, for example, he did the crime, he did the time. So there's you could actually use that as an example. Overlook the fact that, he's one of the major tone setters in this narrative. It plays into this narrative. Okay.
Drop system in which you can expect reinforcement to sort of take place. You expect people to have to do time for stealing, for committing a crime, right? Well, I ask this myself about some of the big boys, and history sort of has pointed in the past to hey, when the big boys get in trouble, typically money can buy your way out. And I think Robinhood is a very keen example of this as you look onwards here. Now, today, Robinhood sort of had a charge. Robinhood faces more woes, over $30 million fine. And if you go on to read this article, what you're going to find is the beleaguered brokerage that attracted the attention of Gen Z investors is facing more pain. The company's cryptocurrency unit received a $30 million fine by New York's Department of Financial Services and has been accused of violating anti-money laundering and cybersecurity regulations. Those are two great things to get busted for, and certainly it shouldn't affect their license. I would assume that they can go on and do as they wish and as they have been just because. But hold up a second, huh? There are a lot of instances that we can think of as retail investors and as people who have watched Robinhood over the previous year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, in which they've done very similar things and had fines and paid the fines and sort of just moved on with their lives.
That's what institutions do, Trey. Like, why don't you talk about all of Citadel's fines? Why don't you talk about all of Morgan Stanley's fines, JP Morgan, everybody, like, so let's call out Robinhood because they took the buy button away. I mean, cut to the fucking chase, bro. That's what this is about, isn't it? Oh, yeah. The one thing they didn't get fined for, ironically, because it was completely, I mean, every Robinhood user agreed to terms of service that allowed him to do that. I don't know if that's where he's going to go. Probably not, because they didn't get fined for that. Because it's, they didn't do anything wrong. But anybody who understands like the basics of business, I mean, I think like can understand if would you continue to operate if you were burning cash or potentially put yourself in a spot or got into a spot where your existence was threatened? I don't think so. Like, yeah, your mission is to provide widgets, but we're not going to provide widgets at our own expense. That's not how business works. So I've said this consistently for the last, year, basically. It speaks to a complete lack of any basic business sense on the part of these kids, essentially. Like, it's not that hard to understand. It's not that hard to understand. And yeah, in that world, you do something, below board and you get fined, you pay the fine, and you move on. Actually, even a lot of times it's cheaper to pay the fine than to fix the problem. Just kind of the way it is. So anyway, we'll see where he's going with this.
As an example, here you can look. This is dated back to December 17th of 2020 when the SEC charged Robinhood Financial with misleading customers about revenue sources and failing to satisfy duty of best execution. What does this mean? It means that they were being dishonest with their customers, perhaps promising one thing while on the other side of the river, they were secretly aiming a bow and arrow at you as the beautiful Robinhood that they are, and also not giving you the absolute best fill possible for any transaction that's taking place. If you're not getting best execution, it's basically like when you try to put it in the butt and it ends up in the ear. You're trying to...
What the fuck?
you can go and see where I'm...
What a fucking creep, all right? So now we're talking about market orders. Oh, yes, market orders. Because that's what you're supposed to use. That's the best way to do it. Put in a market order and trust that again, misdirection, focus on shit that okay, yeah, it may be true. This happened, whatever. But you shouldn't even be in that lane, really. just fucking.
I'm going with this, right? You're not ending up where you're supposed to be. It makes pretty good sense, right? If I'm promised best execution and it's actually 99 cents, but they fill me at $1, that penny doesn't sound like much, but that is pretty much like skimming off the top. See, if you think about Ozark, for example, right? Ozark is a
Shut the fuck up, Trey. You fucking retard. All right. Official Teddy Zane, Doge Warrior, poll. What will you be doing Friday? Watch the ape father measure his bitch tits. Watch the meth lab investor swallow his own teeth. Yeah. Sorry about that, Chris. I go through mood swing. My connection goes through mood swings. Excuse me. Or pounce on IPO MEGL. Meg. Pounce on Meg. Overwhelming majority. Pounce on Meg. Nice.
TV series on Netflix that's centered around money laundering. And the idea behind sort of the beginning of the show is that Marty, this is one of the protagonists, ended up in the situation he was in because he was skimming pennies off the top of $1 and he got caught. See the difference, though, between this Robin Hood.
Well, you know who skimmed pennies off the top and didn't get caught? The guys in Office Space. That's how you do it. Okay. It's like Superman 3. You know, they didn't catch him. Anyway.
And drug cartels from Mexico is that they'll kill you, and the SEC won't really do much other than slap you on the wrist and give you another cookie later. Here's another example, right? Robinhood to pay $70 million for outages and misleading customers, the largest ever FINRA penalty. $70 million. These guys still act as a brokerage. These guys are still able to do exactly
$70 million. Oh, and that chime was actually was me. Huh. Okay. $70 million. Okay.
That's what they've been doing.
I remember when that happened. They hyped it all. They hyped it at the time. Yeah, last June.
And they're still listed as a public stock on the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the blah, blah,
Oh
blah.
my God. Look at Trey. You know, oh my God. This business violated a rule. They were fined. They paid the fine, but they're still in business. They should have been drawn and quartered. And you know, fed to the apes. I mean, I love how absolute everything is, black and white, which is another fucking indication of a cult. This black and white thinking. You're either with us or you're against us. You know? And Robinhood is definitely against us. Fuck them.
Buy and sell this as you please, and it has had really no effect. And if you're to read on through this article, FINRA said it fined Robinhood $57 million and ordered the stock trading app to pay nearly $13 million in restitution to thousands of clients. And this is because they invested heavily in improving platform stability, enhancing our educational resources, and building out our customer support and legal.
It is, Chris. You're right. It's also a Fidelity Active Trader Pro. We have lost connection. Alert sound, and then the second one is that we've regained connection. So it was related to your loss of sync of live. I think. I think my computer is like, you know, basically spitting up on itself because it hates this video. But anyway, we're almost done. But yeah, and you know, fun fact. That's the buy, sell sound on the Thinkorswim mobile app, too. So when I'm at work, trading and stuff on that app, which is not great. I prefer Robinhood's interface is so much better. It's so much easier to use. It's faster. Like the app is so slow. I hear that sound a lot. It's an old Windows alert sound. I think it's called Chime. and you don't ever hear it. Like, I don't even think maybe it exists in current Windows, but it doesn't get used. It's kind of funny to hear that, but yeah, that is what it is. It's also from Fidelity, though, in my case, here right now.
Compliance team says Robinhood in response to the fine. So essentially what happened here, right? Robinhood misled customers again, which is funny because if you look back to just 2020, the same exact thing happened again. Customers about revenue sources, misleading customers. And we come back to here where the real question is anti-money laundering and cybersecurity regulations. So you think to yourself, there are some really small fish in the sea who have been sentenced to jail for crimes that are probably worth less money. Does that take away from the fact that they were crimes? No, not whatsoever, right? If you were pissing on an electric fence, you sort of deserve to get shocked. And that's why sort of what I would describe that sequence of events to be. You do something stupid, you might get shocked. But what is problematic is that those guys are held to a standard, but these guys are not. The difference.
So what the fuck are you going to do about it? Like, again, your problem is with the fucking system. You see unfairness in the world. That is very perceptive of you. Okay? I guess, there's a point in a lot of people's lives where they realize that shit is unfair. Most people, figure out how to deal with it, or just don't think about it, or, whatever. And they go on with their life, and they find ways to manage it and be happy and be successful. But when you're an influencer, when you're a grifter, when you're an entitled, child, you can sit here and make videos, just restating the obvious all over and over on a 6th grade level, because that it's going to resonate, with your audience. So what is the point here? What is the point? What is your end game? What actionable item is there here? I don't see how there could be one. Other than, let's organize and march on Wall Street, or whatever. Where is this going? He doesn't have much time left.
These guys hold your money. Tons of uneducated people. Tons of people that are maybe 16, 17, 18, 20, 21 years old who barely know anything about how brokerages work or market makers work or how FINRA regulates things or how
They know even less because of fucks like you. Oh, the fucking nerve to sit here and say this shit and fill people's heads with this nonsense. Urging people to focus on shit that does not matter. Like, you can't make a profit because Robinhood got fined instead of being run out of business. What the fuck? This is so fucking stupid.
SEC enforces things. These guys barely understand sort of the game and the way that it's played, and Robinhood takes complete and utter advantage of that. And there was a tweet that was out today, once again by Dave Lauer.
Dave Lauer, the former Citadel market maker employee. Oh, yes, the reformed Citadel employee. We hate Citadel, but we love Dave Lauer because he's repented. He had his come to Jesus moment. Yeah, you know who's taking advantage of you. You know who is playing you like a fucking fiddle. Fucking Dave Lauer. Give me a fucking break. I find this
to be of general use in the grand scheme of things. It was this.
God damn.
And here we go again. Another Robinhood fine. This time a $30 million NYDFS. Compliance failures across the board, cybersecurity, consumer protection, and failed to protect against money laundering. FINRA, what does it take to lose a B/D license? And Dave's tweet, this dude's just been on one lately. He's been really freaking crushing it. Begs the question, right? What will it take for these guys to go out of business? You see, if there's any brokerage or any major institution or any major corporation in the finance space right now that I had to bet money on going bankrupt.
Who needs to go fucking bankrupt? Who needs to be run out of business? You, Trey. When will you fucking go away? Seriously. What the fuck? I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. It has nothing to do with AMC. It has nothing to do with AMC. It has everything to do with cultivating this fucking ignorant, childish, juvenile, fucking idealistic view of the way things should be, which they will never be, especially in our system. Okay? Like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but this is the system we have. You can be successful. Can you make it fair for everybody? Probably not. But that's not your fucking job. Like, this is like social justice. He's a social justice warrior now. I mean, and not a good one. Like, you can't put it in the butt and it ends up in the ear jokes. And expect people to take you seriously when you're talking, oh yeah, if there's any brokerage in the finance space that should run out of business, it should be Robinhood. Because I need to hear my voice echo in the room. Because I have lots of testosterone.
It would have to be Robinhood. The only thing that I can see protecting them are the people at the top of the pyramid.
Trey, you wouldn't be fucking rich if it weren't for Robinhood, okay? You wouldn't have been able to profit off of what you profited off of without those 16, 17, 18-year-old idiots that you just described, who used Robinhood last summer. Like, this is as outrageous as his stupid fucking $10,000 tips that he gave. It's as ridiculous as all of the other fucking bullshit that this fucking clown has come out with over the last year and a half. I mean, what a fucking joke. What a joke. Oh my God, I'm fucking fired up. He's so stupid.
FINRA, the DTCC, all of these guys who watch and govern and regulate.
It's actually a good point, Manny.
Robinhood to use this manipulative behavior and, quite frankly, steal, scam,
Trey, you are a fucking thief. You are a scammer, okay? Fuck me. God, I cannot listen to this fucking holier-than-thou fucking bullshit from such a fucking grifter. Oh, my God. What? Oh, I'm just going to shut up. I
manipulate you. It's just going to make the...
Who's manipulating whom here, okay? Let's be clear. Let's be clear. How many people fucked up their lives because of you, Trey? You are responsible for people fucking up their fucking lives. They saw you fuck up your life. We all saw it. We all see it right before our eyes. They saw you do it. They said, oh, I can do that. If that idiot can do it, I can do it. And you were dishonest. You didn't tell people that you took your profit. You didn't tell people, yeah, I have these contracts, and I just dumped them for a cool whatever it was. No, they found out from fucking Benzinga. I mean, well, everybody's just supposed to forget that. We're just supposed to forget about that, right? What the fuck? God damn it.
Problem bigger, longer, and worse. And I think that these things are important to talk about. I find it to be of interest. And if anything, I also find it to be ironic.
Oh, yeah?
Because the same thing can happen 5, 6.
It is quite ironic. Yeah, you're right about that.
7, 8 times. And if American history has taught us anything, it's that you've never made the mistake too many times to do it again. That's what I've got for this video. Catch you all later. Appreciate it. Much love, like taps.
So what he's saying is he's going to continue grifting and scamming because he knows he can get away with it. And like Manuel said, he's creating an enemy so that when this shit eventually does collapse, when all of these inexperienced traders who were promised by Trey and his peers last year that, oh, this thing's, I know it's going to squeeze in July 2021. When none of that shit comes to pass, when none of it comes to pass and everybody's holding the bag, he can look back and say, yeah, see, I've been talking about Robinhood and all their dirty shit, their dirty dealings. And it's just, you know, not me. It wasn't me. It was Robinhood. I can't believe he didn't mention the buy button. I don't think he did. Maybe he did briefly, but he didn't harp on it, which is kind of odd. But like I said, they didn't get fined for that. So what's he going to say? He went with the hard stance. Oh, they got fined, but you'd be in jail. All right. If that idiot can do it, so can I. I mean, I think it's accurate. Like, because Trey is not really okay. He's not an intellectual. I'll just say it that way. He's not an intellectual. Tries to be, wants to be, thinks he is, maybe. He's not. He would not be a good teacher. He would not be a good, like, whatever. He wouldn't be. He's not a great listener, you know. But he thinks he is. He wants to be. But you know, there are so many people out there who are even way less experienced than Trey is. I mean, that's crazy to think about. But yeah, he's a roaring kitty wannabe. That's a good way to put it too. But you know, I know that there are people out there saying that shit. Like, oh, wow, this guy, like, yeah, that's I could, because yeah, Trey's he's like an everyman. He's like just a normal guy, you know. I'm just a humble civil servant. You know, I'm not an expert in stocks. I like to drink and trade. He's relatable, you know, to a certain demographic. So that, you know, popularity contests rarely end, you know, with shit. They found out because he could not keep his mouth shut. Fuck me. Yeah. Yeah, better to give 10,000 people $1,000 than 10 people $10,000. That's ridiculous. I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, just turned into a big Trey hate fest. But you know, obviously Trey, Matt Kohrs, and Lou. If I had to pick top three, now I'm not talking about, you know, in terms of like overall, like up until now, like in terms of this, but Trey certainly and Lou, those two are responsible for a lot of this narrative. I don't think that Trey can really be called out enough. And he has the fucking cojones on him to continue to sit here and put out this bullshit. It's so ridiculous. He needs to shut the fuck up. Now, but getting back to today's topic, I want to end with this Reddit post here because this sums it up. I don't want to hear fundamental / market cap arguments or the SEC / government won't allow Moass from any idiot shills anymore after this recent Chinese shell company pump and dump in the U.S. market. A Chinese shell company with a buzzword jargon mission statement, less than 55 employees, and less than 25 million revenue a year, just pumped to almost 500 billion in market cap in the span of 12 intradays, with only a handful of regulatory halts on 185 million shares outstanding, with 23.44% institutional ownership, 15,000% or 150x in 12 days. The naysayers and shills who FUD Moass, so now FUD is a verb, apparently. They FUD Moass with the money doesn't exist, or market cap will never allow, or the government, SEC, will manage it, can jump off the fucking planet. Nothing anyone says, does, or tries to assume as being realistic to dissuade / FUD shareholders, there it is again, will change this fact after what has just transpired in the U.S. securities market, which I can only describe as the biggest and most obvious pump and dump of all time. AMC to 1 fucking million a share. I don't want to hear anything else ever again. This represents the way that these people are looking at what happened today with HKM, whatever, the H stock. This is it. This is it right here. AMC to $1 million a share. I don't want to hear anything else ever again. No, I'm not listening. I wasn't listening before. But my head is extra deep in the sand now. Extra deep. Because now it's been shown all of the things that everybody says, like, oh, no, the market cap can't go there. And, you know, oh, the institutional ownership or whatever. That's not what people are saying. That's what the apes have said. That's what they perceive as what they've been fudded with, I guess, is the past tense of that. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I thought Frankie was I thought he was original too, but it actually turns out that Frankie Mohammed basically copies shit from Reddit. So here's the same post, fudded by Frankie Mohammed on YouTube community tab. But this is it. This is what, they think. And, this is the dangerous, in my opinion, fork of this whole thing. Because at the same time that it's getting more and more ridiculous, they're also isolating themselves further and further from reality and anybody else and anything. I don't want to hear anything else ever again. So these two things right here doesn't bode well. But this is what happens in cults. Things intensify, and you have people that are really devoted members. And it's almost like an inverted cult. I've been thinking about this lately. Cults have leaders usually. There's a charismatic leader, and we've seen that somewhat in AMC. But there really isn't, like, Lou and Trey and these guys, but it kind of shifts. They kind of play hot potato with it. Now you have this scavenger dude and Jay Douglas and all these new grifters are coming in because it just gets boring, I guess, or whatever. So it's almost like there isn't a cult leader per se. It's flipped on its head, and the individual members are kind of, fulfilling that role, and they're feeding off of each other. They're not necessarily in this because they saw one of these grifters talk about it, like the leaders. They didn't necessarily get into it for that reason. They heard about it from somebody else, or they saw it a random post. So, they're a product of their own, like, mindset and thinking, not the thinking and mindset of, like, a supreme leader. So I call it an inverted cult. I'm still kind of working with that definition a little bit, but nonetheless, the characteristics of the cult are absolutely here. And there have been plenty of financial cults that have happened in history, so it'd be nothing new. But I'm gonna, that aspect of this is really interesting to me. It's kind of a morbid curiosity, to be honest, with anything. But what can I say? Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, I think Manny was kidding about that Frankie has. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me in this live stream. I appreciate that. Lynn says, hit the pesky like button, join the Telegram group, share videos, influence a friend. I think that, yeah, I mean, I like this last part. Keep smiling through the unsmileable things, or slap a grifter if that works better. Always an option to slap a grifter. But if you can't do that, you can come and join our Telegram group chat. Links in the description for that. And we have a grand old time there. Usually. So, let's see. I think that's about it. What else is there to say? Earnings, AMC earnings coming up. So I imagine that, let's see, what is that, Thursday? It's Thursday, right? The 4th. I imagine that we will probably come at you with another live stream on Thursday in the wake of that. So we'll see what happens. Model 3 dude, it's my pleasure. Neeks, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. So, yeah, Thursday. Well, let's plan on Thursday. Thursday evening, live stream, AMC earnings, Moass potentially, right? Hey, it's a possibility. That's what we've been saying in this stream. Is it possible? Anything's possible. With dog, all things are possible, right? So we'll see you on Thursday. And we'll see you on Thursday. All right, have a good night. Be safe, and stay away from those illiquid stocks. $150 bid-ask spread. Careful. All right. Have a good one. See ya.